Explosion! Hello, everybody. Hello, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Wardcast. We're cursed. Your weekly source for latest video game news, mission, and survival horror discussions, and updates on the ward, and a lot more. And me still not knowing how to read after all these years. I'm your host, Jazz Rich. I am not a horse today. Alongside, fuck. Yeah, I was gonna try not to swear too. Sean Clark.
Hello.
Lee Sijba McPriz.
Hello.
Who is a chef cooking something, maybe some meth, who knows? And Carmen de la Cruz. Unfortunately, Alec will not be with us today. He had to make a court appearance overseas in Tunisia to defend his misuse of their country's name in video game titles and apologize. And we know that apologizing is not the Alec way, so it's up in the air whether he'll be back with us next week or not. Our prayers are with him.
He will be detained.
Yeah, but his brother is with us, so we're in good hands. I hope.
The truth is he killed Alec and he's cooking him.
Nice.
He's taking over Alec's life.
Let's use that as a good segue in a question. If you were given the option, randomly or in a survival situation, would you eat human flesh, Sean?
I mean, if it's that or die, sure. Why not? If you cook it enough and you just burn it, it'll just taste burnt. Tastes like chicken.
Why would you
burn
burn
chicken?
It?
Because I don't want to taste flesh.
Yeah, but you could cook it if you're gonna cook it anyways, why would you burn it?
Because
it tastes burnt.
Like pork.
Well, what if you get a taste for flesh? Then you're gonna be a zombie. Then what?
You're not gonna be a zombie.
Or a cannibal. You're gonna be a cannibal. Or a zombie. I'm no judgment.
It's true. We don't judge here. This is a judge-free platform. What about you, Carmen?
Yes, as long as I didn't have to do the murder.
That's the best part.
I mean, I never said that the person would be dead.
Oh, whoa.
No.
See, it is a zombie.
They'd have to be. But no, I would totally do it as long as it is not to do with the murder. And apparently you should not eat the brain because that's how you get that parasite that makes you all crazy.
Eat the brain.
You seem pretty educated on the eating of human beings.
I think we looked it up.
I'm concerned.
We've had weird discussions while we were on Discord during our work hours. And I think this one has probably come up at some point. What about you, Lee?
It has.
I would try it and I would do the murder. I got all the equipment I need. Frying pan to knock them over the head. Some cutting equipment, and obviously I got the frying pan to cook it. So I'm up for it.
The frying pan is multi-use, kill and fry.
In one swing.
I would like to add...
PUBG players use it as a weapon, so why can't I?
But it's not actually bulletproof. They warn you about that. They tested it so you don't have to. Don't put it on your ass. It's not going to stop a bullet. It makes a good pumpkin, though.
What if it's cast iron?
That's going to be heavy.
Probably.
It's going to slow you down and make a lot of noise.
I think it would
be bulletproof, though.
I don't know.
think cast iron should be bulletproof.
Pretty sure it would be.
Hurts when it falls on your feet, though.
Let me Google if cast iron is bulletproof.
I think.
But also, I want to amend my answer. If they died of like natural causes, like starvation or frozen or something like, I don't want anyone else to do the murder for me either. You know, like I don't, you know, like.
So if somebody murdered somebody and you were gonna die if you didn't eat, you wouldn't eat them because they were murdered.
All right, I won't be a party to the murder, but if the murder already happened,
okay.
You know, I don't want to be a party to the murder. I don't want to.
Accessory after is better than like party to.
If I'm to the point where I have to eat a person to survive, I'm not worried about the law.
See, if somebody were to like offer me a steak and give me enough ketchup or barbecue sauce and I ate it and I was like, that was a good steak, a little chewy because I have a hard time if it's not, Leon's ketchup.
Yeah,
Still
put the
pretty
Leon
good.
sauce on it.
If I'm like, you know, like it hurt my teeth because I have sensitive teeth and I was chewing a lot, like it's a lot gamey, but like I don't know what part of the cow you use, but it was pretty tasty. And they were like, "Joke's on you, that was human flesh. We're a bunch of cannibals up in this restaurant." I'd be like,
"Can I have more?"
Me, like it might have been like a little too raw. Like I said, medium rare, and it was a little too close to like rare. Like I would just like it'd have to. But if like you told me after the fact, like I don't think I'd be disgusted. My first question would probably be like, "Where'd you get it? Like, was this did you kill this person?" Also, I'm gonna call the cops. But like, whoops. But like if it tasted, I feel like if it tasted good. I mean, now I know.
Like it wouldn't make the thought of it wouldn't make you like suddenly want to like turn around and retch.
It depends how it tastes. I mean, I know like
the
thought of seafood makes me do that, but that's because I don't like the taste of seafood and the smell of it. But I mean, most people smell okay. Which leads us to our next topic of today. We'll be talking about
Jesus Christ.
Cooking with humans.
Actually, nothing.
As long as they have good hygiene, I'll eat them. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
Can't
never
eat
the
stank
ass.
ass.
Don't eat the ass.
Never eat the ass.
You never go
like,
ass to mouth.
No matter what, even if they're dead, especially if they're dead.
You remember Clerks too. You never go ass to mouth.
Oh.
Today we'll be talking about Naughty Dog, being naughty, Steam taking some opportunities where it definitely should have, Fable, being questionable, and Fable, Final Fantasy VII just doing its thing, Sega being weird as hell, and maybe some more. But before we do all of that, we're gonna start with Lee because we haven't heard from Lee in a long time. How's your time been, Lee? How are you?
Why do you have to start with me?
Because I wanted to.
Torture.
It's the public way.
No, somebody's got to do it.
Well, I've been surviving thus far. It's been a while, admittedly, but you know, not much has to be said about what's been going on. Just existing, keeping a mental state of what's the word?
Craziness.
Just coping. In other words.
Oh.
It's not that exciting, but I did unfortunately come across a bad incident because I was originally infected with the DH virus, which means my right hand is now a dinosaur.
God damn. Dino hand?
Exactly. Or dino head, whichever you like.
Yeah.
So now it's affecting my cooking skills, admittedly. Hence why I'm not so good chef. But I persevere. I can still do things with my left hand. But
like feed the dinosaur? Is the dinosaur a cannibal? Well, I guess it wouldn't be a cannibal.
If the dinosaur hand eats people,
how
does it digest up your arm?
The dinosaur cannot be a cannibal because there are no other dinosaurs.
But if you're a person and you have, like, you're a human and you have a dinosaur hand and you your hand eats a person, is that cannibalism?
No.
No, because the dinosaur is not a person.
But it's part
if
of
your
you, and you're
dinosaur
a
hand-
person.
But you're not a hand.
Your hand is part of you, though.
Yeah, but you're not part dinosaur.
Yeah, you are, because you have a dinosaur hand.
Listen.
Listen.
I think you're asking too many complex questions. For me.
But if the hand eats a crocodile,
I need to know.
If the hand eats a crocodile,
But if the dinosaur is wearing pants, are you wearing a shirt?
What?
You're-
if the dinosaur is wearing pants, then he's wearing a sleeve at least.
I got nothing. He's just like,
Cannibalism.
yeah, if
Uh-oh.
he eats you, is that
You excited it
cannibalism?
Too much.
Yeah, he's confused. The dinosaur's confused now. He's just
Calm
hungry.
down. These people won't hurt you. Just settle down now.
I don't think we can.
Good answer. So, show and tell.
Oh shit.
Because I announced my my infection with the DH virus, I decided to just roll with it and reveal some dinosaur games that I picked up today. So, the first one is Lego Jurassic World. for
How
PS3.
dare you bring up Lego?
Why?
It's what I can find, and I'm not averse to Lego games.
I was
Send me
fine
the
with
hell
Lego
to the
games
next
until Fortnite had to fucking interfere.
I was fine with Lego games until
Hey.
4th grade. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. They were fun until they weren't. For me.
And this I also found Jurassic Park Operation Genesis for the PS2.
Oh, like the actual PS2 one.
Yep.
That's the
Again,
Sim
found
one,
it.
right? Like Sim City kind of thing, or
Yeah,
theme
that
park
sort
or
of
whatever.
It comes
Very,
complete,
very nice.
manual, blue disc and all. So nifty.
Nice, beautiful.
Nice. I don't know,
You
show
just
and
want to say
tell.
something?
What?
I thought you were going to say something.
Who?
One of you.
I said noise.
Oh, fair enough. Bad hearing. I will add a little thing because haven't been here for a while. Just allow me to prepare something very quickly. Well, I got my frying pan,
Uh-oh.
and I'm going to show you some of the games I've got. Just allow me to add some ingredients, some Leon ketchup,
You didn't put enough.
some
It's never enough.
Oh, okay, he's got more than one kind of ketchup. That's
Tomato. Okay.
Yeah. Some
Heinz?
Heinz stuff. Less sugar, so good for covering all bases.
57. Yeah, let's go.
7.
And some chicken and mushroom pasta. Because
No, why'd you have to ruin it with mushrooms?
Yeah.
Mushrooms are good.
And the results are Terminator Salvation. Complete
Nice. You were talking about
So-
getting that a while ago.
Man, Lee
Yeah.
knows all the recipes in Minecraft.
Yep, I know. I'm well versed.
3
So I
kinds of
picked this out.
ketchups and some pasta.
And it's a nice display piece. I also got Star Ocean, the second story remake, or R as it's called. I would prefer to get this on the Xbox, but since it's not available there, this is the best I can do.
Is that a remake of the one on PS1?
I
Or one of the
believe
ones
it
on
is.
PS1?
I'm not completely well versed into that stuff, but I hear it is. I hear it's
I
good.
didn't even know that was a thing.
You should look at other things on the internet other than controversy and
What? That never came up in the news. Otherwise, I would have talked about it. I like Star Ocean, especially
there
the
you go.
older
Now
ones.
you know what it is. Go get your own copy.
Wow.
I got Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon, which it looks good. And
heard it's
it's
good.
an award winner, so yay.
I still remember Armored Core 5. People were trolling the guy at EB Games. Or they weren't trolling, they were just like generally stupid, but they were like, "What's Armored Core V about?" And the guy was like, "Get out."
And
Leave.
lastly, I picked up a physical copy of Tormented Souls.
Nice.
I thought
So-
you said tomato souls. And I was like,
No,
that's
thought he said
all
that's what's
mental souls.
inside the ketchup, fools.
I thought he
I
said
can't help
mint
what they put in there
sauce.
stuff.
Tomato souls.
And that's pretty much it. Now move on to Jazz because she nominated me.
Nope.
So
I'm last because I am host. Haha.
Immunity.
Now I'm learning about this stuff.
Diplomatic
I don't think
immunity.
that's a rule.
Listen.
Listen.
Okay, we'll go with Carmen next. How are you, Carmen?
Okay. I could be better, and I can also be worse. So it's been
What?
just
You scared her away. Continue.
I'm still here.
Continue.
I'm still here.
okay.
Continue.
I must have inadvertently used my on Jazz.
So I've been not here for a few weeks because I've had family thing after family thing after family thing. So this would have been the end of my vacation, but my job, which shall not be named, but my former place of employment decided to do layoffs on my first day of vacation. So, that was fun, and that happened to me. So that kind of put a damper in my vacation. But prior to that, shortly prior to that, I got a little gift in the mail, and by little I mean actually large. And it's unfortunate that Alec is not here for me to say on the podcast, thank you, Alec, because he bought me a PS4. I don't know how. I don't know what you guys cahooted, but I got a PS4 in the mail, and
That was all 100% Alec. He just, on a whim, he's like, I'm buying her a PS4. So give him all the love.
Okay. He gets all the love because that was like very that was a very exciting thing to happen. I was a little concerned because it seemed like there was like a shipping kind of a snafu, and so I hope that he got I hope that that he didn't get any I hope he got all his money back and that everything is good like that. But this, since it's not a visual representation, I'm just going to show the controller so I don't have to grab my laptop and take it over and say, see, this is proof. So I have the controller and I put my little squishies on it because I love my little squishies, my little thumb rests. All my controllers have my little squishies. So there's that. This week, which was like a staycation vacation, was very chill. I spent most of the time just either doing a little bit of holiday shopping and going out with my mama and giving her a little bit of extra attention because her birthday was earlier this month, and tomorrow we're going to have a surprise thing for her. And what did I watch? A little bit of Friends. I started to rewatch The Big Bang Theory. And the other night I watched Disney's Wish, which was okay.
Yeah, I heard it was very
It's kind of
mediocre.
terrible. It was, it was cute and sweet, but like I went into it knowing just how like generic and flat it was accused of being. And it was like, the weird thing about it is that the music, which, a Disney musical is usually always popping off, and the unless it's direct to video, the music is always like one of the key factors of a Disney animated film. It was not. It was weirdly like forgettable. It almost felt like in a way like it was on mute. Like everything was very monotone. It was the weirdest thing. it's to have to describe it, but like the music was very, very forgettable, even though it was supposed to be like it was supposed to be talking about these big ideas, and it was supposed to, it sounded like it was trying to be epic, but like somebody turned the volume down to like 13. You know what I mean? Like it was very, very strange. So, but my mama liked it, so that was good. But I could kind of care less. It was cute, but if I was watching it at home, I might fall asleep through it. And I got
grades.
I know, and me
So
being
good,
like
I
a
would've fallen asleep.
Disney-phile.
Great to go to sleep to.
And me being a Disney-phile, you know, like I love it. I mean, I love Disney is what I mean. But that movie was just
not me.
Whatever. But it was so bland. I also got the PlayStation Plus premium subscription or whatever. So I downloaded a whole lot of games, and I planned on playing wanted to get at least 7 games.
7.
Yeah, by the end of the week. But I was all over the place mentally, so I didn't really I probably played that many games, but I didn't really get into any one thing. I started to play Final Fantasy VIII, the remastered edition, because I have it on my computer, but only the non-remastered edition, because apparently it had a lot of glitches for the computer. So for the remaster, so I didn't bother to buy it for the computer. I bought just the regular OG. I downloaded Final Fantasy 7 and 7 Remake Intergrade. Right, I'm gonna finally play that. I played the new Tetris, which I can't remember what it's called, like something like Galactic, or I don't remember, but it was kind of extremely awful, so I deleted it right away. I played Power Wash Simulator, and that was kind of good. I did play lots of Fortnite.
Cancelled.
What? I like it.
Do you want me to remove you again?
No, I just got through before the podcast saying that I don't really care for the cutesy cartoony things anymore, but I will make an exception for Fortnite. But I did play PUBG with Jazz and Sean, as previously mentioned, so that was fun.
Can I point out that you played Power Wash Simulator while me and Sean were waiting for you in the lobby to play PUBG?
No, that was only because it was still stuck doing updates and copying and some shit, something. The computer was busy, and I even checked back a couple times, and it was still doing its things.
That's a lie.
It's the truth. But yeah, that's how it is. So I had ups and downs and sideways, and yeah. So it's been fun. Except for the scary. But
Fortnite?
It's terrifying. Use your words.
Jonathan, how was your week?
Hello.
Oh, she called you beautiful.
What?
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 He is beautiful. Sure, why not?
I didn't really watch anything this week.
You went to see a movie.
Yeah, not worth note. I should say. I watched plenty of things, but nothing really worth. Because the movie that I went to see was a mystery movie, so I didn't know what it was going to be, and it was this movie about a bunch of boat rowers or something. It was weird.
Wish.
Did
your mama like it?
They had boats on Wish.
There you go. It was not Wish. I
Was
don't.
it like rowing team?
Called. It was like the boys on a boat or some shit. It was very generic. It was very
Boys on a
Seriously, it's something along those lines. That's not exactly
motherfucker,
but it's something like
For some reason that sounds like romantic. I don't know.
No. It's just about a team of like boat rowers that do that professionally, or not professionally, but like competitively, and they were like going to the Olympics or something. It was fine. It was just nothing to talk about really. Yeah, that's pretty much all I watched. I played some stuff. I played the demo for Tekken 8, and that was pretty good. It's a little bit annoying that every fighting game these days now seems to have like a baby mode where it's like, oh, you can use this mode and you just press like square and you'll do all like X, like these, like a list of combos, and then you press R1 and you'll do this list of combos, and it kind of cheapens.
Tutorial?
No,
because they've always had that.
What does that have to do with anything?
It sounded like that was what you were describing.
No, they have a control scheme where you just press buttons and it does combos basically. Rather than learning how to do moves and getting good and being competitive, you can just do all the combos and special moves by just mashing stupid buttons. And I feel like that cheapens the gameplay experience. It's because like you see people play and you see them pull off all these cool combos, and it looks really cool to watch people who are skilled at fighting games. But now it's just like anyone can do that, and you don't know who's good or who's just playing on baby mode. And you could have like somebody brand new that just mashes some buttons, kick the shit out of somebody like that knows how to play the game well, because they can execute these combos with no effort whatsoever, probably faster than the person that does it legitimately, and it just kind of breaks the experience.
I used to do that with button mashing with like Dead or Alive and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Just the right amount of like, you get in there real close and just mash the shit out of it.
Yeah. And that happens, and that's fine. Sometimes luck is with you or whatever, but literally anybody can just pick it up and not be a pro, but basically play as if they were a pro. And it's kind of shitty.
Just picturing when you give the controller to like a toddler to keep them entertained, and they just like, they're like, and then they like kick your ass.
Right? Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like that little toddler just touching the controller might pull off like a 16-hit combo or some dumb shit. Like it waters down the entire game. Like it breaks it, and I don't like that they're doing that. Street Fighter did something similar. Tekken's doing the same thing. It looks like this is going to be just like the norm. Fucking Mortal Kombat has the buy your fatalities instead of learning how what buttons to press. You can just buy it. We're just breaking these games by putting in these stupid cheats, little baby modes. Anyway, outside of that, it's pretty cool. I got to play a little bit of the story. Story looks really cool. I like that everything's kind of seamless, where like they'll do this big CG cutscene and then they'll go right into the gameplay. No loading times or anything, which is really neat. The only thing that kind of sucks a little bit with that is that you can see when the change occurs, when it goes from CG to gameplay, because there is a dip in the graphic quality.
Oh, dip.
But I mean, that makes sense. I just wish they would have done, just in like made all the cutscenes in engine if they were going to do that, so it's more consistent. But either way, the fact that it goes from cutscene to gameplay seamlessly is really, really neat. And they also have like a simulated arcade mode, which kind of has its own story, where you create an avatar. It looks like the Xbox avatars. Anyone who's created an avatar on Xbox, you know what that means. They little derpy, chibi characters. But you create one of those, and then you go through like a separate campaign, and you like interact with other characters, and you're like going through like a Tekken 8 tournament. You're fighting other players on in arcades on cabinets, and like you go through the process of defeating other people, and then you go through a tournament and all this. It's kind of neat. One of the lamer Tekken kind of side story things, I think, like when they do the Tekken Force or things like that a little bit more, but it's cool that they're doing something different, and it seems pretty interesting. I played a demo for Crow County, which I'm really excited for. It's a looks like a cross between Final Fan, like if Final Fantasy was built on the not the 360, the N64, because it looks like an N64 game, but the style is like Final Fantasy 7, like the chibi deformed character models, and it's a survival horror game as well. It's really cool.
What's the name of this again?
Crow County.
Crow County.
It's really, really good.
Crow like the bird.
Right.
Like the murder.
There's no release date for it though. I'm hoping it comes out soon because I really want to play the full thing. It's awesome. Play PUBG with you guys, with Carmen and Jazz. And
we're garbage.
This has not been a good week for PUBG. We have not been doing well.
Garbage.
I was the newbie, so
You got more kills than I did yesterday.
It was pretty bad. It was real bad. Played some Farming Simulator 22. Plowing with Jazz. And I played and I'm playing something for machinima purposes, but I'm not going to disclose.
Ooh, secrets.
Yeah, secrets.
I don't even know what this is.
But I'm very excited about it. It's going to be cool.
Can I ask you 20 questions until I get it?
That's it. That's my week. I got some show and tells. I got some video games. I have Siren video games. The first Siren on the PS2. I played this one a little bit, but I'm terrible at it, and I don't understand how it works. I like it, but it's so weird. I think you've played Siren, Lee, right? Have you? No? Okay. Well, God damn it.
Oh, I downloaded that one too.
It's so weird. Like, you can like hack into like the monsters and like see from their perspectives, and in that way it's kind of like a stealth game. And I don't know, it's just really, really difficult. I tried to play it not too long ago and I just kept getting stuck because it's like you have to like go through all the different perspectives of the enemies to try and figure out like where they are so that you can avoid their paths and stuff. Like, it's really complicated, and I just haven't been able to wrap my head around like how the gameplay loop works yet. But once I do, I think it'll be a really cool game. And I also have the second one. And Lee sent me these, so it's good that Lee's here. I haven't played this one at all yet. This one I don't think came out in the US, right, Lee? I don't know if you know that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was only PAL in Japan. And this one didn't come out physically outside of Europe and Japan. In the US, it didn't come out physically. It was digital only, but this is the last Siren game that they released on PS3. And I haven't played that either, but I want to. Survival horror games. But yeah, I think that's all of the Siren games that have come out so far. Yeah.
Siren.
I have all the Siren games.
All the Sirens.
All the Sirens.
Saran wraps.
Saran
wrap game. That sounds like a boring game.
Yeah, you just rap.
Yeah.
It's like Parappa the Rapper, except with saran
wrap. But you actually rap.
But you suffocate because you're like.
Well, who is canceled and why? Siren is canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Hey Jess,
hey,
how was your week?
Well, let me tell you all about you. You know really well. I was on vacation this week. Work, as I'd mentioned, had been stressful, so I took a week off before all the holiday brouhaha. And then I got COVID, and I got real sick, and then I got a parking ticket because I put my car in the street to move it out of the way, but then I got COVID, so I didn't want to go back upstairs and go outside and move it and constantly be moving it when I couldn't leave my room. So I got a parking ticket. So that was a great first day of my vacation. So we just like parked it almost in the backyard because it's so small, it goes everywhere and it's just there. I've been in my room, as you see, online shopping, which is great because I had planned on spending my vacation week just shopping and going to get stuff for my sister, for me and my mom, to help my mom out, getting stuff for my mom, like just getting my shopping done, and then that wouldn't happen. So I shopped online, and I'm doing pretty good. As Sean and I guess Carmen can witness, I went like with my voice. My voice was pretty much just gone. Like you would not even know at how I'm talking right now at how bad it was gone. Still a little bit scratchy, but like it's pretty much back right now. We're pretty much back to just the regular daily nosebleeds, so I'm pretty much healthy. Testing negative. Testing negative. I'm free to roam. I've been able to walk around the house, so my legs are like, what's going on? And I'm getting out of breath very easily. But that was, I feel like that says a lot for that booster shot, because I got it a few weeks ago, and I mean, like the whole thing lasted me maybe what, like literally all during this week, and it was good. Oh, I'm in the host spot now.
Yeah, I just realized, like, wait, something's off here.
It's all good.
I hate it. It's
Deal
different.
with it. But I mean, although I had like a few things planned, me spending a week in my room, it's not like the worst thing. I mean, I did still get to play video games. Played a lot of PUBG with Sean. Played a little bit with Carmen. I played some Breath of the Wild, which I realized that I've been saying Breath of the Wind. So
Have you?
I've been making a lot of jokes about the wind having no breath, and nobody's corrected me as to how like that doesn't work. So I've been calling it Breath of the Wind. But yeah, and then I was like, that sounds like a stupid name, because they already had Wind Waker and all that. So I looked at the case and I was like, oh dang.
Oh dang.
So Breath of the Wild.
It's a windy wild.
It's a windy wild. It's still
a wild wind.
I'm still having a lot of fun with it. I'm still not wearing clothes, so that's great. But I finally left the plateau, so I get to explore Hyrule a little bit more. I purchased yesterday, when I was surprised at how not expensive it was, but I purchased the year of Nintendo Online with the extra, or whatever it's called. So now whenever we play online games, I have the thing for the year, so I can play online. I got the extra because I realized that Nintendo Switch has like its own little emulator with other console stuff. And so I was so happy last night I played Ocarina of Time on my Switch. I didn't have to focus on that little 3DS screen to play Ocarina of Time.
3DS screen, it's bigger than that.
No, I have it on the 3DS.
Oh, okay.
So like to play Ocarina, because my 64 doesn't
Right.
work. So to play Ocarina of Time, I've had to literally
I thought you were throwing shade.
No.
Like, damn.
It's like double the size.
My
right?
broken brain with my glasses cannot focus on that 3DS screen for very long. I start to feel really nauseous and like dizzy. And so like I feel like I would be okay with my glasses on the 7-inch screen of the Switch itself, but to be able to like chill in the lazy boy chair and just kick back and like hold your controller and play like it just brought me back, like playing it on a TV with the controller. Ocarina of Time was my jam, and like within 10 minutes I was out of the forest and I was out in Hyrule, and I was like, oh man, I still remember how to do all this shit by heart. And obviously because it's my jam. So I'm pretty excited about that, and like I'm gonna get to try some other 64 games that I never had, and then I get to like move on to the other Nintendo game consoles and like Game Boy and stuff like that, like the Jurassic Park stuff. Like I discovered Nintendo Online. So this has a lot of features that I didn't know about, so I was pretty excited. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was doing yesterday. Other than that, as Sean mentioned, we tried out Farming Simulator 22. Me and Sean were trying it, and then out of nowhere, Alec got online because he was off for a while too. We have our online farm. I have my own like campaign solo as well, but we have our online farm called the Ward Butt Farm. One T and butt. One T and butt. But yeah, the joke is there. I mean, I feel like it was a lot of fun. We all got together and did our thing, but somehow like still managed to be fucking idiots about it. Like we had Alec cultivating, and he was doing good, but we still managed to like he'd throw our tractors in the lake and like
we mowed a lawn for like 3 hours.
The lawn was like the size of 3 football fields, I feel, and we had like this little hand mower and no lights because we didn't realize there were flashlights, and I'm just like running around the darkness.
The darkness.
So I feel like it's definitely a fun online game, but even solo, like it's really chill because you're like, okay, how do I do this? And once you figure it out, you're like, ooh, I did it. And I'm still waiting for my chickens to lay the damn eggs so I can sell them. But the word, but
farming life.
It's the farming life. Lots of plowing.
Plowing.
Sometimes you gotta weed too, but that's the farm life. That's pretty much been the extent of my week. And I'm actually excited to go back to work because I missed having that get to communicate with my coworkers and have fun. And my boss was texting me, so yeah, I missed that. Yeah, and I totally didn't plan for show and tell, but conveniently I am surrounded by things. I still have not put away all the things that Lee sent me, but one of them, I hope I didn't show this one, but one of the things that was in the box was this box. It's too high. It's this box with the Horizon. As I've shown like 3 times, that box from the Plague Tale that Lee had sent me. In the recent box, he sent me this one, and it's the Forbidden West. It's the one from, I'm guessing, like GameStop. I forgot what they were called. I don't know where you get these, but I always assume it's like GameSpot. Stop.
So I asked at the game store near local to me, and they have displays for a couple of games here and there. And I was thinking, when you have to recycle that, can I just have one? And 8 out of 10 times they provide one. Hence the Horizon.
Wow. So I got
game stores in the US don't really get those kind of promotional materials anymore.
Game stores here are like, nah, we take them.
Yeah, maybe that's what's happening. Maybe they don't display them and they just take them all. That's very possible.
So this isn't the one. There's another one that you sent me that I'll save for another show and tell. But when I first unpacked it and built the box, I'm pretty sure I slipped a $5 or $10 bill in there, and I think it's still in there. So there's secret money.
It's a piggy bank.
But yeah, look, it's got all the pretty drawings. I don't remember which one I have facing. I have like a stack of boxes, the 3 boxes together. But it adds to my decorations, just a bunch of boxes. And when Nope.
What if you had it like on a pole or like hanging from the ceiling or something, like to where like it spins and you could see all 4 or 5 sides of it?
Do you think I want something constantly spinning in my room? I'm gonna throw up. And I don't want to put poles in my room. It'll give people ideas. Nah, the stack is cool. It looks like I'm just really bad at organizing, which I am, as you can see by my amazingly clean room. Yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty and artistic and Horizon.
But I can always turn it. Yeah. And that's my show and tell, and that's my week. And yeah. You know what time it is?
Time for some olds.
Time for the blues?
Yeah.
Time for some olds.
Purple.
What?
What?
Is it time for people to go? Yeah.
This gets more and more accurate.
Mm-hmm. Tony's leading the charge.
Yeah. Physical media just burning away.
Beautiful.
Ready.
I was waiting for you to say like it's time for some news or something. That's why there was a delay before I played that.
Oh,
just
well,
like,
I asked you guys what
say
time
it?
it was, and nobody answered.
I tried. And then you cut
I
into it.
answered.
Oh,
Time for some olds.
We fucked up.
I didn't actually know. That's why I asked. I wanted to know what time it was.
At least this way, we can now try what human meat is, because all those cooked people, they're just ready to serve.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go. And we
Perfect.
can, yeah, there you go. See, if I was what's her face, I would totally eat it. So the first one we got here is The Last of Us Online. You know that game, that multiplayer game we always talk about.
Mhm.
We've talked about it a few times. It's been in pre-production. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's been in pre-production even while the studio was working on The Last of Us Part 2. Not the remaster, but the actual Last of Us Part 2, the one that released in July of 2020.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And building a live service game in the Last of Us universe, which is a pretty fancy big universe, it's a time and resource consuming task. And in a blog post that Naughty Dog stated that to release and support The Last of Us Online, they would need to put all of the studio's resources behind supporting post-launch content for years to come. This would severely impact development on future single-player games. More than 3 years in post-production later, the game's development already saw a lot of trouble. Sean, you've read about this, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Back in May, Naughty Dog announced that there'd be a delay to the game shortly after Bloomberg reported that Sony was reevaluating the game's direction. In that same delay announcement, Naughty Dog would also reveal that it was working on a brand new single-player experience. In an October report from Kotaku about Naughty Dog laying off some contractors, the publication said that The Last of Us Online was, quote, basically on ice. Or as Joel would say, on mad thin ice.
Mad at the ass.
Well, that ice is now officially cracked. Naughty Dog on Thursday, so 2 days ago, announced that it has made the difficult decision to cancel the multiplayer game entirely.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Yep. That's why
Wow.
look at their faces. Abby, Joel, none of them look surprised.
Yep, they're like, mhm.
I think I was playing with PUBG with you yesterday and I went, I just found news and I'm not surprised about it.
Yeah.
The studio has expressed its desire to continue focus on single-player narrative games that have defined the studio's heritage. And although the previous Last of Us games have included multiplayer modes, The Last of Us Online was billed as a live service game. Our favorite, the Covey. Oh, thanks. I was like, what? This would mean that continuation of the project would mean becoming a solely live service game studio. To me, this decision seemed to have made itself based on that fact alone. Naughty Dog has also said that it has more than one big single player game in the works. The cancellation of using all my air. The cancellation of The Last of Us Online also adds to Sony's broader pushbacks of its live service ambitions. I don't know if anybody remembers, but in February of 2022, Sony boldly anticipated releasing 12 live service games by March 2026. That's 3 years and 3 months now. It just canceled one, so by now it has reduced its plans to release just 6, which is a little more realistic. Sony's bosses still suggest that they want to focus on the big multiplayer titles, but that quality is also a priority. Is a priority, not also. Following the announcement for the project's cancellation, and this is updated news recently, so I believe it was in addition to my news, so I think this came out today. Technical designer Nathaniel Ferguson said that working on the game has been the highlight of his career and will always be a very special project for him. Game designer Coral Morley teased that he, quote, had more fun playing this game than any other multiplayer game before and since. This is quite the tease for a game that we'll probably never get to play.
Wow.
And dialogue director Kat McNally wrote on social media, quote, "It's never easy to have a game canceled, but I'm so proud of my studio and everything we accomplished on this project. Big shout out to my combat QA and dialogue teams." Yeah, let's It's true that seeing any game get canceled is a shame, especially after 4 years of work, so it's nice to see the studio reflect on the hard work positively and look towards a bright horizon rather than immediately shift to blame or criticism or just generally shitting on the project. Overall, the decision was well made, and Naughty Dog is celebrating the game for what it was or what it could have been and not for its demise. And just a note here that Sony and Naughty Dog's Last of Us Part 2 Remastered will be released in January 2023, and the second season of the hit HBO series is set to debut in 2025. So yeah, delay, done.
Done.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw this coming, and honestly, I'm glad. Like, for the reasons that they canceled this, like, it's nice to know that they're in the right frame of mind and prioritizing what they should be prioritizing, because they are a single player studio, and that has been what they've always been, and for them to compromise that in the name of this fucking live service game, was always a concern that I had. So the fact that they were like, hey, we just need to cut our losses, get rid of this, and prioritize, what we're good at. That's great. It's really, I'm impressed with the company for making a tough call like that, because the live service games are where the money is. So that had to be appealing to the studio to pursue that over, what they're good at, what they've always been doing, and what their audience knows them for. They could have easily justified getting rid of that and changing direction of where the company's going to go for the money, and they didn't do that. So that's really cool.
That's what I wish we could see studios do more often, is like, instead of chasing the money, they're sticking to their morals. Like we made Last of Us, which was amazing and beautiful. We made Uncharted, which was amazing. We made they made Jack and Daxter, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and we're a really good, like, we have a really good reputation, and we can't just follow the money because we're selling out. Like, no. And if that's what we're becoming with this game, we have to scrap it. And it's 3 years later, and that sucks, but like, they, like you said, it was a tough decision and they made the right call.
I was just about to suggest that they sell out.
You would.
I was about to say, hear me out. What if they sold?
We're never going in business with you, Carmen.
You're the worst.
How dare you?
Very easily.
I was going to say, like, what if they sold the online concept to someone who already does MMOs?
It's
you're talking about them doing something like Capcom did?
It's not an MMO.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, though. She's saying, like,
if
they got a third party, they licensed out the multiplayer model to a third party to do, just like Capcom did with Resident Evil. And no, that is not the way to go.
Another studio having any, like, property from Last of Us would shit the bed so fast.
Okay, just checking, because
Yeah, you've never played The Last of Us.
Yeah, and Capcom tried that with Umbrella
You have a PlayStation now. Go get Last of Us.
I downloaded it.
RE-verse, Operation Raccoon City, like everything that they've licensed out to third parties was a fucking disaster.
Those are all the ones that are like all broken and
Operation Raccoon City.
I know you do, and it's probably one of the better ones, but it's still like, it's not a Resident Evil game. It doesn't feel it was done by the SOCOM team, and it feels like a SOCOM game. Like, that's what happens if you get a team that's used to making a type of game and you give them this license. They're probably going to make something similar to what they're used to, unless told otherwise.
We're going to talk about something like that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
this is the right call. I'm glad this is good news.
I've been kind of complaining about the online game and how I wasn't looking forward to it, because I feel like a lot of online modes of games have crapped themselves. Like Tomb Raider, the online mode of Tomb Raider was just like, nah. And like, I've played The Last of Us on the online mode, and I just, I didn't have fun. It could have been, but I just feel like it wasn't like online was not their focus. You could tell they were really good on the storytelling game and not like the online version or the online whatever. And so I was like, if they're just doing just online, it's gonna be garbage. And like it's cool to see that like Naughty Dog themselves were like, oh, this was such a fun game to play during development. Like I really enjoyed this. This was the best project ever. Sucks that it's gone, but you know, can't wait to see what we come up with next. You know, like they're like, hey, we put all of our brain power into this and it was amazing. We're gonna do the same thing for the next thing. Like, so it's cool to see that they enjoyed it and like maybe it would have been good, but not at the cost of Naughty Dog's soul.
Yeah.
But also like Ellie in the Naughty Dog shirt. Totally forgot that she has that. It's really
that was cute. I was looking at that.
It's actually an outfit that you can have in the game. Yeah. Yep. The next one, the next slide, please.
Trying to find it. Listen.
Oh, just any next one is okay.
I don't have one that's labeled 2. Did you send me a 2?
I did. Should be the day.
That should be labeled TWO.
Oh, wait. Aha.
Yeah. All right. So everybody's heard of this, I think. I know Michael was talking about it. So with its original announcement trailers, the day before, I don't even know if this is the guy from it or not. It just looked exactly like him. And
I just picked a guy that looked like the guy in it.
He came up in the search, and he looked like a I don't know. He looked like, I want to say like a more contrasty version, because the other one was like super like shaded with the logo and shit like that, and this was just like the guy on his own. So I was like, okay, maybe it's the same one. Do you have your hand up, Lee, or is just
no?
the dinosaur? He's just listening. Okay. Yeah. So with its original announcement trailers, the day before showed so much promise. Yet the game itself delivered so little that players are labeling it as a scam and a fake. The game can't decide itself if it's an MMO or if it's an extraction shooter. On top of that, the actual in-game visuals paled in comparison to what was shown in the trailers. The game was also reported to be full of bugs, visual glitches, and questionable animations. It has already surpassed thousands of negative reviews, probably more by now. And Studio Fantastic, FN-tastic, by the way, announced that the game...
They couldn't afford the A.
Yeah, no, especially not now. Announced that the game would be pulled from Steam while the studio would also be shutting down, citing that it's financially unviable to continue development. It's a shout out to 2020 Joe Exotic. The studio will never financially recover from this. Could you imagine working for Steam right now and in this like messy couple of days with players like in the middle of angrily wanting refunds for this game? Like, I can, because surprisingly, Steam really stepped up nicely to handle the situation with a cheeky little offer that they called the Day After Survival Bundle. This bundle offers 2 games, DayZ and Icarus, which Icarus actually looks super fun. I'd never heard of it until today. They offer those games in a bundle discounted at 33% off and is available until December 21st, 2023. That is next week. This unique partnership between publishers of the 2 games offers players a chance to experience the stark contrasts of survival, from the relentless threats of zombie-infested landscape to the unexplored dangers of an extraterrestrial planet. There's no mention anywhere on the Steam page that this offer is exclusive only to players who have previously purchased the day before. So it's kind of nice that it seems to be offered to everybody. So nice. With this whole experience, though, from trailer to closure, it's safe to say that as we're getting near to the end of the year, the day before can certainly proudly take the title of 2023's worst video game ever.
Wow.
So if you have interest in what the experience that you were apparently promised with this game and did not receive, even if you haven't purchased it, with good. And I mean, I don't know how much it is like in the States, but I looked, and I mean, even with the 33% off, what would have cost over $100 cost about $70 for the bundle for these two games on Steam.
Oh,
Icarus is a fairly new game, so it's probably like about $50 in the States. Icarus is a fairly new game, it seems, and it looks pretty freaking cool. If I had a decent computer, and if the Steam support on my Windows 7 wasn't running out in like 3 weeks, Windows 7, I would get it. So maybe I'll get it like eventually when I have a better computer, or if it comes to console. But it looks pretty cool. I would suggest going to look for it the day, and they named it the day after survival sale just to be dicks, and that's I think funny. That's awesome. Yeah, Steam really.
I love that.
Steam, I feel like Steam, like, nails it when it's not about them. Like when they're like, they just sneak in and they're like, there goes my hero. But when it's their own shit, they like totally shit the bed. They're like, oh dang, we're having a draw for this, like the Steam whatever their console thing is, and they're like, oops,
Steam Deck,
we forgot to announce it. Or like, yeah, remember that Steam Deck thing that they were running a live event, and I guess they didn't like set a start time or announcement or anything, and people didn't know it was starting.
Something like that was the Game Awards thing.
Oh yeah, they had.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. So
that was this time last year.
Neat little thing here. Go look.
Yeah,
go look
the day. What is it called? The day after?
The day after. I just messed you up with that title.
Yeah, it's confused me. But yeah, that game is currently sitting, like it got reviews of a 1. It's on Steam. It's sitting at like I think 20,000 overwhelmingly negative reviews on Steam. And,
holy heck!
Yeah, and this game was supposed to be, I don't know to what extent, but it was going to be a live service game, or like at least a game that was released and continued to be supported, kind of like The Division or something like that. Mm-hmm. And for the company to release it and immediately close is so fucked up. Like they just straight up set out to screw people over, because like this was supposed to be supported long term, and for them to close immediately, that like everyone that bought this game just got fucked. I mean, granted, refunds and everything, but they were trying to just squeeze as much money last minute as they could from the consumer before they shut their doors. And that's really shitty. Like, just don't release it. Just cancel it and shut down and file for bankruptcy. Like, do the right thing. Like, don't punish the consumers that were the ones that were actually excited about this. You know, you're just screwing them over, and it's really shitty.
Yeah, and
it's a little messed up.
I love that they were like, no, it's not a scam. It's just delayed, and there's been bugs. We're fixing it. Like they just delayed that while they were planning on shutting down. Like,
yeah, it was a scam.
It's not financially. No, they're.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
Messed up thing is that it could very well be.
Yeah, we just heard it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, it could very well be. Like I see it in their perspective that even like pulling this out is like a scam, because let's say that 70% of the sales are refunded. Let's pretend that 70% were. There's still like a 30%, or there's still be a percentage of people who wouldn't bother, like people who have enough money, who either never opened it up to play it, or
people who buy it and put it on their shelf. Wait. Could you imagine, Sean, like 5 years from now, you decide to open it and play it? What the fuck?
People who just haven't opened it yet, or who have enough money that they're like, I don't care. It's just like a drop in the bucket. Like, I don't want to go through the trouble of refunding it because it's not worth the effort. And so they get like that 30% sales versus 0% if they had just scrapped it and just closed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm confused. Are you disagreeing or agreeing that it's a scam? Because what you just explained was confirming the scam.
I'm agreeing that's a scam. And the fucked up is the fucked up thing is that I could see exactly how it would work. Even, how do I say this?
Are you supporting the scammers?
No, I'm not.
That's what it sounds like, but you're also confirming
You're like,
the fact that it is a scam.
I'm saying no. I'm not
I'm sure they're
the
gonna
scam.
get caught and like
I'm
refunds
saying
will come through no
it
matter
was-
what.
I'm not supporting the scam. I'm saying that the fucked up thing is it is pretty successful as a scam.
No, I don't think
You know
so
what I mean?
because I'm pretty sure that the refunds will be issued probably automatically. I haven't looked
know.
into
Would they
that.
do that? Could they do
I haven't
that?
looked
Like
into
if I don't
that.
request it?
But I feel
Like,
like somehow they're like, this isn't just gonna fly. Like they're not just gonna get away with it. If
So
they
if
created a scam, like
So if I bought it and I never bothered to personally request a refund, they're just going to do it automatically.
so you as an individual, like that's on you. If one person wants to be an idiot and not and like encourage the scammers to get away with it and not get their money
I'm
back,
not saying.
that's
I'm
on
saying
them.
like if I were
I'm
one of the
saying
people who
if
had
a scammer, like you're saying, if you go to the store and you like steal their entire row of freaking like Cool Ranch Doritos and you run out, and the guy goes, "Well, I mean, like I got the truck coming to refill that shelf later anyways, so whatever." That guy still stole. That guy still broke the law. That guy still committed a crime.
True.
So like if they know that this company is confirmed scammed a whole bunch of people out of a shitload of money, there's going to be consequences. So they're not getting away with shit. It's going to come back and haunt them. Like,
well,
okay.
I get what you're both saying, but like the thing is, yeah, they're going to get away with some amount of profitability because there is going to be a percentage that did buy it and didn't play it or doesn't want to go through the hassle of refunding, and they will make some money from that because I don't imagine that Steam would just be like, oh, mass refunds. And if they did do that, they would have made a public statement about it because that's good PR. So the fact that that hasn't happened, they're probably getting away with some money. Granted, that money is going to go into consolidation of the company's debt, because they're shuttering.
Oh yeah.
But that's still that much less money that they're going to have to pay back to whatever. I'm sure since they're in debt, they're going to have to to pay into that. So that's that much less money that they're going to have to pay back into their debt. So it's wrong because that's money that's coming directly out of the consumers. Whether they're lazy or not, that's another conversation. Like everybody should take the necessary action to do the refunds, but the fact of the matter is there are going to be some people that don't do that, and those people are getting screwed over, whether it's their fault or not. It's still kind of fucked up to facilitate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like consequences, not necessarily like, oh, you did a crime, you're going to jail, but like if they don't have enough from what they made in sales that aren't getting refunded,
lawsuits, fines,
to cover what the company has lost, that has to come out of pocket to consolidate, right? So, or like the bankruptcy, like it might not be enough in the end to cover. So then that's how they're gonna suffer. Like that's how karma is basically what I'm getting at. Like,
but they would suffer. I mean, the messed up thing is I still feel like, I mean, Sean just agreed with me. They're in the hole less.
They're in the hole less if there's people who if there's, like you said, if there's like a 30% that doesn't get their refunds. But like if the percentage that doesn't get the refund is not enough, like to cover, depending on the hole size, if like that 30% like covers maybe just 2% of the debt that they have to pay back, that's shit. That's not going to help them. So
yeah, but
they ruined their name. They ruined their name trying to
like
make their losses less.
Good luck doing anything to help you financially recover.
Mm-hmm.
But that could still be substantial. Like they're lessening their debt at the cost of the consumer, and regardless of if that's 20 grand or $100,000, whatever it is, it's wrong. They're fucking people over.
Yeah.
To their benefit. And that could haunt them in future endeavors. But what if they never do anything else? Or I'm sure it's real easy to reestablish yourself, outside of, you wait 5 years or whatever, and then you go and you apply for a new development team. I'm sure that's not difficult to do. So the point is, this is pretty easy for them to get away with it and get minimal damage from it, and that's fucked up.
That's true, because like when you think about it, they the Parliament of Canada had like a known Nazi working in there, so
Jesus, what the hell?
Jeez.
Yep. Just imagine, like, they go to their 10-year like high school reunion, they get there, they're like all proud, like, we made a fake video game, scammed a bunch of people out of money, and like all the freaking bro guys from that high school played that game and got screwed in the scam, and they all beat the shit out of them.
Dude,
fucking nerd.
You were in charge of that. Let's meet outside.
But yeah, give me your scam money, nerd. All right, moving on now. Don't scam people is basically the
moral of the story.
There's not a lot to say about this one. It's going to be like maybe a quick.
What that fable do?
What that fable do? So prior to the Fable franchise being put on ice after its developer Lionhead Studios closed doors back in 2016, Fable was a staple of Xbox's first-party lineup. Like, personally, I still remember getting my original crystal Xbox on the ground now, but my shoulder hurts, so I can't pick it up. My brick, getting that, and it came with Fable. It came with, like, back when consoles came with like 2 or 3 games. It came with Fable, and I spent hours to days just on that game, just laughing at all the silly dark comedy, like fantasy shit, and like all the jokes and the NPCs talking and saying stupid things and making terrible moral choices and farting in crowds and kicking chickens, man, like for hours, for days. Fable was the shit. Even Fable 3 was I enjoyed that. But back in 2020, Playground Games announced that it was working on something new other than its Forza series, the Forza race cars, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, by announcing that it would take over the next Fable title in the form of a reboot. Wait, you guys probably don't know what reboot is.
I know what reboot is. I never watched it, but I'm aware of it.
You should watch it. It's like 100% Canadian garbage. Although we know that the studio has been hard at work for 3 years, rebuilding an all-new adventure in Albion, the world of Fable. The details are very little to none. A trailer was released in like 2020 or like a long time ago. Actually, like probably like 6 months to a year ago. Not that long. It's long, but
it's long, but not that long.
It's not like yesterday. A trailer was released which caused a widespread of backlash at the protagonist being, quote, super ugly. Probably because of that face she makes, but no, apparently, like, although the trailer presented very amazing and beautiful graphics, swordplay, magic as per Fable tradition, like the well-known and well-expected character shenanigans, like she was drinking and dancing around. This is not what fans pulled from the trailers. From watching the trailer, it seems like the studio hasn't done a bad job, considering that they are venturing far from their usual racing series games and going into a whole new genre of fairy tale, forests, bandits, and magic. But yeah, the one thing fans, like, I had never, honestly, we've probably talked about it on the podcast, but I had no idea that there was like a whole reboot, or I probably thought like, oh, it's gonna be like a remaster, like just the kid on the right, and I'm thinking like, oh, they're just gonna remake it and it's gonna be like prettier and stuff. No, this is like a whole new beginning, what they're calling it, and the whole internet is like, this fucking character is so ugly. And in the trailer, like, I just see her as Bean. She's just Bean.
Well,
with the teeth.
The thing is, sometimes, I feel like ugly has to have charm, if that makes sense. Because, like, there's certain, like, characters that are designed to look ugly. They're designed to, that might be part of their story or part of their charm or part of their personality, is that they're like the odd one out or something like that. I don't know, first thing that comes to mind is Munch's Odyssey. I don't know why. But like something that's designed to be ugly but has its own like cartoony charm or something like that. And
I mean, honestly, if you look at that face she makes, yeah. But if
she looks kind of dull.
She just looks like she's like really uncomfortable at the attention or something. Like it's just that face. But like I watched the rest of the trailer and it didn't look that bad. And she just looks like a normal person. And people are like, well, she's not like it's because games,
not like supermodel hot.
Of video games. Yeah, like the expectations now for like video game like female protagonists is that like, oh my god, they're so hot, they're so pretty, no, it's not everybody is like a fucking supermodel like out of a machine. Like it's not. When Forbidden West was coming out, people were bitching about how like they changed Aloy. Why does she look so stupid now? Like her cheeks are all red and she just looks older. Why does she look older? And I'm just sitting here going
years later.
Well, it's not years later, but it's like she like what? Like first of all, the graphics are nicer, so you can see like the details in her face, but like also like her cheeks are too puffy. And like people would just come up with stupid reasons like, oh, she's been out in the sun because she's in the fucking West, idiot. Like like they just, some of the stuff that people criticize now are just not the right thing. And then people are saying, oh, it's because it's woke. Like you can't have just like a normal person anymore. It has to be like a self-insert ugly person because it's woke. And like everybody's beautiful on the inside, it's not the outside that matter. So it's like, again, like they're, I don't know. They find the problem, like the trailer. I don't have the trailer ready to show, but like if you guys have seen the trailer, if you go watch it, like it's a really beautiful trailer. It looks nice, and it looks like for a studio that has been making race games, this is gonna be. I don't know what the game's gonna be like, but like look at it, it's gonna look really nice. And no, like that's not what they're getting. They're getting like, yeah, nobody, she looks ugly. Yeah, it just goes to show any ugly kid from the freaking block can just go and pull a sword out of your ass and become the hero of the world. Like, yay. So I don't know. But all that set aside, I'm not gonna go too far into like all those details because there haven't been many updates on the game, but here's what I was able to find so far, although there's not really any release window hinted at so far. What we do know is that it's going to be launching before Elder Scrolls 6. In an interview with IGN, Xbox head Phil Spencer talked about I've got Fable and Obsidian Entertainment's upcoming RPG Avowed. After speaking about both games, Spencer remarked that, quote, The Elder Scrolls 6 is further out, revealing that both RPGs are set to launch before Bethesda's next entry in the Elder Scrolls universe. I feel like I'm not even reading like words properly, but I am. Sorry, guys. I had like an out-of-body experience. Considering how Elder Scrolls 6 is still 5+ years away, according to the Microsoft versus FTC court trial documents released in June, we at least know that Fable should make its appearance within the next few years, or like within the next 5 years. As did its previous titles, the game will be Xbox console exclusive. Assuming it does release in the next 5 years or next few years, we should expect to see it for Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, as well as PC. as confirmed by Xbox Games Showcase this year. We also know that you will be able to play Fable on Xbox Game Pass on its launch day. I apologize for Satan yelling outside my door. The gameplay will be open world RPG, Sean's favorite, and it's unsure if it will even take place in Albion. As for its engine, it was confirmed via software engineer job listing posted by Playground Games back in 2021 that Fable is being developed on the same engine as Forza, the Forza Tech engine, which was used to build Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon 5. It'll be interesting to see how flexible the engine is in creating an open world RPG, but from what we saw in the trailer, again, like, if you guys haven't seen the trailer, I recommend going to see it because it was really pretty. What we saw in the trailer, the game has inherited all the visual fidelity of the Forza series. And finally, Fable 4 will act as a new beginning for the franchise. Unsure if they aim to continue the continuity of prior Fable titles, but the official announcement trailer's description confirmed that Xbox intends for this to be a new beginning. So it's unclear if this means that the game plans to be a full reboot or not, but one thing's for sure, Playground Games and Xbox have big plans for Fable going forward. So, you guys ever played Fable? Yeah.
Yeah, I have all of them. I've played and beat all of them, and I like all of them. I feel like they declined as they went, but I enjoyed them all.
I played like 2 hours.
Well, so no.
Wow. So no.
2 hours is not long enough to decide if you're going to be a dick or an angel. You played all of them, Lee?
Not the Kinect game.
There's a Kinect game.
There is. Actually, I have not played that one. I forgot about that.
Lost Chapters or something?
No, that's the re-release of the first one, The Lost Chapters.
Oh.
I think it's more of a spin-off, the Kinect game. It just uses the Fable characters in like a 4-player like co-op kind of like situation. I could be wrong. I never paid attention to it because Kinect, no thanks.
What the hell is even a Kinect?
It's a thing to dance.
It's a thing that picks up ghosts. I played a lot of the first one and I played a lot of the third one, but I've never played the second one. Don't know why. I just never had it. Somebody gave me, I think, the third one for Xbox. Well, obviously for Xbox, and I had the first one, and that was that. So I don't know. I would like to try this one out, but if I do, it'd have to be PC because I don't think I'd get an Xbox just to try Fable for like Unknown Directions. You guys interested in this one?
I pre-ordered it.
I'm not.
No.
I'm one
She's
of those.
too ugly.
I'm one of those people that you're complaining about because like
Wow.
there's it's more, again, it's like the conversation we had before the podcast started of like the reasons as to why this is happening. Like, it's fine to have ugly characters or average looking characters, like that's totally okay, but part of like this instance in particular, like this is literally a self-insert. Like, there's a developer on the team that looks just like this person, and they actually paid a model that they were supposed to model this character to look specifically like, and she doesn't. She looks like this developer. And this is something that also happened in Spider-Man with Mary Jane. Like, they had this gorgeous lady, they used her as a in-game model, and she looks nothing like her, but she just happens to look exactly like a developer in the game. And so there's something else going on there. And there's also this whole thing, like, it's fantasy, it's like it's good for things to be pretty and, like, including people, it's kind of an escape. Like, if you're not super attractive, it's nice to see super attractive people. Like everything doesn't need to look like exactly like I do or like on my level. It's escapism. So that's kind of nice. And it's about going both ways, like there's things are tipping in a different direction. Like it's okay to have unattractive, like it's becoming more and more acceptable to have unattractive females, but the men are staying, super ripped and fucking beefy and attractive, and like that's okay. So like, why is it not level, and we're kind of doing this in both ranges rather than one instead of the other? Like I think the last Madden game that came out, like we're throwing more and more clothes on women, and then in the Madden game, you can have like the guys can have when you take your shirt and you raise it up and you kind of tie a knot and you can see your stomach. Like you can have that outfit for the men where they're like they have 6-pack abs and they're wearing like in a football game. Like, and that's fine if we're being fair about it and we're like acknowledging that, hey, yeah, sexy's cool, people like it. It's okay for women to be attractive and sexy. It's okay for men to be attractive and sexy. But there's this imbalance of like it's okay here, it's not okay here, and it's discriminatory and it's not right. Like we need to pick a fucking lane is my thing. Like what are we doing? Are we doing this? Are we balancing things out or are we not? What's the reason why we're doing this? Like what's going on? And Dove did that. I don't remember if we talked about that Dove thing, but Dove just came out with this commercial of like
they've been doing that for a while. The Dove has
been, or I don't even know how to explain it, but basically they have this trailer of a game, or I don't know if it's a game or it's supposed to be a movie, but there's this like kind of thin heroic female character and she's jumping around and killing enemies and being all badass, and then she goes behind the scenes to like backstage and she takes off her armor and she's overweight. Like the armor's like constricting her to be this attractive thin heroine, right? And it's like that's not what she is, and she's all ashamed and shit like that. And it's just like it's painting this picture of like I don't know, like the game industry is oppressive to women and like it's not though. Carmen, why are you nodding your head? Like it's the same way. Men are also super attractive and built. Like it happens to both.
It's discriminatory on both sides.
It is, yeah.
And I don't agree that it's okay for them to do it on one side or the other. I think everything should be down to earth, like for both sides.
Yes, and that's my problem with this stuff.
Sorry, in my defense on what you just said, Sean, and like on this particular character, now I didn't actually know that this was an actual self-insert when they had a model picked out. Now the reasoning for that I don't know, and that's actually pretty dumb when they had hired somebody. Now that changes things a little bit, but I still don't think that the character herself is like ugly, and I think it's stupid. But like I'm gonna disagree with them doing that, like the self-insert thing for sure. But like at the same time, like I don't think that's if it wasn't like if that hadn't been the case, I don't think that's a reason to attack a game and be like, no, the protagonist should be super freaking hot. Like if it was on the other side and it was like a guy character and he was like ripped and shit like that, and then like no, they were like instead they decided to make him like a little bit of like a chunky guy with like acne on his face or something, and people were like, no, why does he look like that? He doesn't look like a hero, he looks like a freaking nerd. That wouldn't have been okay either. Like in our defense, I would defended it either way.
Yeah, and again, I agree with you. Like it's more that there's that imbalance. Like it's like they treat it like we're just shitting on women. Like that's how it's being treated,
Yeah, and because they make us out to be the more sensitive because they think that guys aren't sensitive and they don't care about their images.
Like when was the last time you heard anybody complaining about how attractive men are in video games? It's never happened.
No, I was trying to say They were
because it's appealing. Like
No.
if you're creating a character, if you're not like making yourself in a game, if you're making an attractive person, you're going to want to make that, like if you're creating a character, like from a design perspective, not like I'm making my character in a game, but like if you're a creator and you're building a world and you're wanting to make an attractive looking character, you're going to want to make that character look as attractive as you possibly can, because that's the point. It's appealing. Like it's as a human, we are attracted to beautiful things. So as a creator, you want to make it attractive and beautiful and appealing.
I'd like
generally
to add like a middle ground to both of these things, because like in a way, Sean, I do agree with you. And the thing is for this character, when I was talking about charm, that's what this character is lacking. Like this character looks like they've never had a day of joy in their life. Like there's like nothing going on behind the eyes, and like it.
But you're looking at it from just this derpy aspect.
True. And if it is, I gotta step it back, because if it is the likeness of a developer, God, I would hate anybody to say like, oh gosh, look at this likeness of Carmen. She looks like she hit every branch of the ugly tree on the way down. I'd hate for somebody to say that about me. But the thing is that like, okay, in video games now they're starting to have like with, let's say with the MMOs or things that you can do, like all the individual sliders to make the different body types, and like the type of thing where you slide the bust all the way up to 100 or down to like 5 or whatever. All of those things, it's showing an indication of different body types, but it's always still like stylized, and it's the most beautiful of that body shape in a way. I feel like there's something to be said of style and charm, and I think that's what we're looking for. Like I'd like to see basically a filtered version of myself, you know what I mean? And I think that anybody would want to. They'd want to see like a general representation of themselves, just a little bit.
But why? Isn't that a little narcissistic?
Yes,
it is,
and that's okay. That's not a good thing to be narcissistic.
No, I mean like it in the sense of like it's that fantasy escapism thing, like you're saying. Like if you were to imagine yourself in a game, there might be like you would want to have a likeness of yourself. Like if you were to put Sean in a game, if you like Sean
plays a female character in like every game.
I follow me here though.
His hooker legs, man.
My hooker legs. All right.
His damn hooker legs and his pink.
I don't. In real life, I don't have hooker legs, but in the game, I can have them.
We don't know. You just ruined that magic.
Shit.
Damn it.
Sorry.
I mean, like if you were to take your likeness and put it into a game, you wouldn't mind it being stylized just a little, I think, or you wouldn't mind like if there was something you were insecure about and they took that away, you'd be like, hey, can you tweak this just a little bit, because like, hey, I want my character to look just a little hair better. Not saying that you don't look.
But here's the thing. There's like what I'm saying is like there's two categories. There is like appeal to putting yourself in a game. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, and I even do that from time to time too. Like variety is good. That's okay. But when you're doing escapism and you're not making yourself, why would you not want it to be as cosmetically appealing as humanly? Like it's like I'm going to buy this Lamborghini, but I want it to be kind of unbalanced and have some dents and discolor it. Like, no.
If it's charming.
No, it's not charming, though. It's not. That's not what people find appealing. That's not cosmetically attractive. You want it to be shiny and pristine and new looking and perfect. And shit, it's expensive as fuck. So, it fucking better be.
I feel bad. I feel bad because we're like sitting here talking about like the perfection of a video game character with the likeness and all that, and poor Lee over here, like there's no video game characters with dino hands, and like he can't relate to anything.
We
and
will
chef
make
hats.
They
I
don't.
want a video game protagonist with a dinosaur for a hand and a
I
chef
want that
hat,
too.
just running around with a sword, eating people and slice. That would be the greatest video game.
Oh,
It'd be amazing.
But I'm gonna
regarding the looks of men in video games, I've heard people saying that Baldur's Gate characters are too attractive for their body types, like a skinny ass guy with the personality of like a non-athletic type, just having a total 8-pack. Just saying, like somebody who should, for their character type and their body build, should have like a beer belly or a little bit of a pudge, is just like ripped, and it's weird. It's giving Uncanny Valley. And also unrealistic expectations. So yeah.
How dare they have unrealistic expectations in the fantasy universe? God, what are they thinking?
But just to bring us back a little, again, like not initially knowing that this was an actual self-insert. I thought that they were just saying like, oh, it's self-insert because like some ugly person. I didn't know like somebody actually put themselves in there. That's kind of stupid of them, kind of shitty on the person getting paid for this, like whose job is this. But bringing wow, Sasha. But
what did I do?
but just to like the end the argument generally, not end the argument, but generally like make the point. It's pretty clear that if a game character has, or a game has like a character specifically, like the first Fable had that kid. It wasn't like a like you're the character. Like it was this kid. Like he didn't really have a name. He was just a hero. He had a sister, he had a family, but like he was just hero. I don't know why they didn't give him a friggin' name. But anyway, like it's kind of dumb, but
yeah.
Hero's a name.
So this character is the same thing. Like she's the set character, the protagonist.
She's heroine,
and like they have like the set look for her. Now, what they probably should have done if they were gonna be like going with the whole, oh, put yourself in this story, is they could have made it like with the sliders and make a fucking like custom make your own character. But no, like this is the kind of game that has a protagonist. Now, that thought was there before I realized, or before what you told me, Sean. But like, again, like if it's somebody who like, oh, I want to see me in the video game. I don't want to see, like, not everybody's fortunate enough to have one of their favorite video games with a character that has a likeness to them. Ha! Thanks, Diz. Shout out to Diz. But like, if you go into a game and you're like, well, I'm gonna fucking hate this game. This character looks nothing like me. I don't want to play it. Then don't play it. Go play Saints Row. You can make the character look just like you. Go play like Elder Scrolls. Go play Skyrim. You make the character look just like you and go play games like that. Then you can put the character in the game, and that's it. That's that. Bam. Done.
Before we move on real quick, I just want to ask like a legitimate question. I'm not trying to be an asshole about this, but if say like you're handicapped and you're in a wheelchair. Okay?
I'm colorblind, so I am handicapped, and I'm in a chair with wheels. Continue.
And you want to be in this game. You want to see yourself in this game. You want to be represented in this game.
Sorry, I'm just picturing like somebody.
And like, would you really want yourself in the game to be restricted to a wheelchair just so that you can relate to the character? Or would you want to be an able-bodied person?
You know that people would argue that they would.
Yeah,
like how come there's never a protagonist in a wheelchair? Because they can't climb mountains.
Like, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, exactly.
Like,
you could argue
if they were
that,
an amputee, they'd want to.
You could argue that, but it's coming from a place of bullshit. If you're being real with yourself, in your game, you do not want to restrict yourself. You want to be able to experience the entirety of the game. You want to, like you said, you want to be able to climb mountains and run and be a hero and be athletic. Again, athletic, right? If you're putting yourself in there and you're making yourself overweight, like, in real life, if you're trying to be realistic about this, there's going to be ramifications to doing that to yourself. You're going to be overweight. You're not going to be as agile. You're not going to be as quick. Your stamina is going to be lower. Like, you don't really want that. No matter how much you tell yourself that that's what you want, it does not make sense.
The thing is,
it may not make sense to you, Sean, but I'm so sorry. There is that camp of the what's wrong with me. But I'm like 2/3 in that camp, where it's like, let's say that I was very,
I don't want to, because this is gonna start getting very like, I
political.
feel like political or personal, and I don't want it. I don't want it to go into that.
Too late.
With the like
straight up. I'm gonna tell you, we talked about this before lightly. But this kid, like what you're talking about right now, actually came up a while ago, and I purposely skipped over it because I knew like this was kind of what it's going to turn into.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You didn't know.
Again, I didn't know.
I'll make it as generic as possible. I will make it as generic as possible. I would want that representation because I would want to say, like, I can do everything that, like, anything you can do, I can do at least equally as well.
Right, but the video games are not always the place to prove that. There's like, you can represent that in movies, you can represent that in stuff, but the thing is, in video games, and I'm sure we're not looking at like physical handicaps and stuff. We're talking about like the facial visual representation based on a like 40-second trailer. That's all of this is revolving around a 40-second trailer of a face that caused all this backlash.
That's just how like everybody on all sides are really fucking sensitive and triggered so easy. It's just like, there's a Diablo ad that had Megan Fox in it that was like, 30 seconds that people flipped out about as well. It's like the opposite of this.
I remember when we talked about that.
It's just like
because she's too
it's
hot.
Like they're too attractive. They're ugly. They're this. They're that. They don't look like me. I can't do this. It's just like everyone. No, you can't please everybody. Everyone's with everybody being so sensitive. Like everyone is in a constant state of being triggered all the time, and it's just not healthy for anybody.
Just like eating people.
I don't know. That's nutritious and delicious.
Brains.
So.
True.
I would eat the, I would eat the rump.
Actually,
I mean, like if you think of a ham, that's the best part.
Actually,
right.
While we're on the subject of not healthy and really bad for you and things that could possibly kill you,
Leon sauce.
The excellent segue to the next news article. Actually, let's talk about things that are bad for you and could kill you.
Lego Fortnite.
No, Final Fantasy.
Oh shit.
I didn't bring Lego Fortnite into this because I don't think it should be anywhere.
I agree.
Yeah.
What's with Sid?
So yeah, what is with Sid? Let's talk about what's with Sid. So
I wish he looked like that in the game, in the remake.
Yeah, a lot of people do, and that's what we're going to talk about. So although there have only been a few shots of Sid's character in Final Fantasy Rebirth, fans have definitely noticed that there's something missing about Sid from him that was definitely always present in the original character design. Where's his cigarette? Of course,
it's a vape.
Smoking is bad for your lungs. It can cause cancer and other diseases. It's bad for the environment, blah, blah, blah. And yes, Final Fantasy VII is apparently nothing if not environmentally conscious. But the fictional character of Sid Highwind needs to smell, and I'm quoting this, like an ashtray at all times. The character has made his foul-mouthed appearance in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but fans are concerned the game creators have made him kick the smoking habit in his updated alternate telling of the story. It's unclear yet if he does smoke or not in the game, but every clip and image we've seen of him so far has not shown him with a cigarette I was like, I'm missing a word. With a cigarette in hand or in mouth. Meanwhile, in the original Final Fantasy VII, Sid always had that thing on him no matter what was happening. It even played into visual gags sometimes, dropping from his mouth during dramatic moments or doubling as a way to light dynamite in one of his limit breaks. Sid's in-game model, sprite, and official art have all burning tobacco somewhere in view. In what we've seen in Rebirth, however, it's either being obscured somehow or he's just not smoking. Final Fantasy VII Remake hasn't been entirely attached to its original game's story or vision of certain characters, in some cases like changing the Honeybee Inn into a sex-positive nightclub. Square Enix has used opportunities afforded by the remake to tweak things for modern sensibilities. Now we're back to sensitive, everybody. But Sid smoking was a key part of him, and keeping up his rugged old man looking 30-something-year-old cool guy image, because people are calling him a rugged old man, but he's apparently 32 or something.
Well, in Japan, if you're older than like 25, you're ancient.
Yeah.
When you were 17, 32 seemed ancient, promise.
It added to his character's gruff appeal, plus Sid from Final Fantasy XVI smokes, and that was released earlier this year. If it was okay then, why would Square Enix suddenly need to put a smoking ban on the character? So, yeah, that's why he looks like that, because there's a no smoking sign and he's very upset.
He is looking right at it.
I found that
picture
and I was like, oh, I have to put that there.
He's like,
watch
oh
there be
no.
a room in Rebirth that's just lined with cigarette butts, just completely covered, like how you walk into a catacomb and it's covered with human skulls.
It's like you walk into like a sauna, but it's like a spa or whatever, a steam room, but it's not a steam room. It's just him like smoking.
Yes.
But yeah, I didn't play Final Fantasy when I was younger, but I did watch my roommate play a lot, and I have heard about a lot, and I've heard about this character a lot, and so it's not something that I would have noticed, but somebody's shown me like, oh, he lights dynamite with it, and like I've seen that, like he's like opens his mouth and the cigarette falls or something.
Yeah.
And so like when I read this, like, hey, wait a minute, like have they made him like stop smoking without, like they just make him the non-smoker now? And I'm like, that sounds kind of stupid. So
yep, it's because we're too sensitive. We can't promote smoking to people. God forbid.
But again, Final Fantasy 16, he was smoking, and that came out this year or last year.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that is weird.
It'd be cool if he was in the middle of
earlier this year,
in the middle of quitting smoking, so that he's like all having nick fits and being all angry from that or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, so Square Enix at some point from when Final Fantasy 16 came out to now has just decided, smoking's bad and Sid has to quit. That's it.
He's not the cigarette.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Cigarette.
That was all for that. I just wanted to mention that one. And I only got one more little article here. I think I saved the best for last. It's just Sega being wacky, having some wacky fun times. The Yakuza or Like a Dragon series, as it's now known by both titles. It's actually a lot of people just call it Like a Dragon now, which is stupid. Series is known for its wackiness, but the publisher Sega is bringing its weirdness to the real world by basically hosting a funeral for all of the series' dead characters in Tokyo. As was reported by Famitsu and translated by Siliconera, Sega is teaming up with a department store chain called Parco to host an exhibition. There, players can visit fake gravestones and leave flowers at portraits of the deceased video game characters. The event will be called Like a Dragon, The Men Who Perished, a play on the latest game, The Man Who Erased His Name. It will cost 700 yen, which is around $5 to enter, and will run from December 30th to January 15th in Ikebukuro, Tokyo. Subsequent exhibitions will take place in Nagoya from January 20th to February 4th, and Sapporo, not the wine or whatever it is, beer, from February 16th to 25th.
Beer.
Starting in 2005, the Yakuza / Like a Dragon franchise spans 7 mainline games, but 19 entries in total, including spin-offs and remakes. Shut the fuck up, Jack. Although its protagonists Kazuma and Kasuga, I use their last names because I cannot pronounce their first ones, swear against murder, there are still plenty of dramatic deaths. One character was blown up on top of a skyscraper alongside 10 billion yen, for example, while another was thrown from the top floor of a secret underground castle. I didn't understand that because it's underground.
Yeah, right.
But Yakuza is wacky. The names of the deceased characters featured in the exhibition have not been released in the article that I was reading for this. They were avoiding game spoilers, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, that's good because I'd be spoiled.
Yeah.
But now I want to know, like, who the fuck dies that they do this event? I need to get caught up.
I think this also
Who's the main
includes
character?
like side characters, NPCs. Like, I don't know what they're planning, but fans can also buy merchandise of their favorites, from dioramas, bookmarks, death portrait charms, face towels, gravestones, incense sticks, postcard books, stickers, tear-shaped can badges, tote bags, t-shirts, and more are all on offer.
Imagine showing up to somebody's funeral with Yakuza branded like incense sticks or other like funeral memorabilia.
I think this is more like it's like video game collectibles, but like funeral editions. Like they're probably going to be able to buy them online too, but like still, like, could you imagine? It's like a convention, but it's a funeral.
That's
and
really
people
twisted.
People are actually going to go pay their respects to fictional dead video game characters.
I'd go.
Why isn't there one?
If it was
for
local,
Steve?
I would go.
I want one for Steve. I go put like the gold Lugers that I have and be like, Steve,
Yeah.
and then I take them back and be like, no, I worked hard on these. Just put one. Yeah,
That's amazing. Good job, Sega.
Yeah,
I don't know about video games, but haven't you? Has anyone not cried over the death of like a movie character or you know, like, you know what I mean? Or a show, a favorite
I was
TV show.
pretty mad at the death of one of my favorite characters in Halo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't cry though, because video games.
I ain't no bitch. No.
And I got really mad that one time that I was playing the original first Resident Evil game, and I was playing the Chris scenario, and I heard Rebecca scream. I was in the room right under her, but like back then I didn't know the Spencer Mansion like layout. I heard her scream. I had no idea where she was, and I ran. No, it wasn't the original. It was the remake. But it was the first time I played the Chris campaign, so I had no idea where Rebecca was. So I ran every single room all around the mansion, like the entire first floor. Then I went upstairs, but not upstairs right above where I was. I went upstairs next to it, all around the second floor of the mansion. I went in the basement, like everywhere. Then I finally get to the room where Rebecca is, and she gets her freaking head like just broken by a hunter, and I'm like, I'm not playing this game anymore. And I never went back to the Chris scenario.
Oh,
you cried out of anger.
Spoilers.
I didn't cry. I just gave up. I rage quit. Rebecca dies.
You just spoiled. I haven't played.
It's an optional thing.
It's an optional thing.
But
she has her own game.
I know I cried. I know I cried during Detroit. I can't remember exactly when though, because the whole game is dramatic. But I know I think I cried for Carl.
Carl,
and that's just Carl in Detroit.
Don't give any spoilers because there's still people who haven't played. Jack's like,
I didn't cry,
I don't know.
but I felt the feels in The Walking Dead, the first season, the game, the Telltale one.
Carl.
For those who have played that, they know, but that very, very sad, very sad.
Hey, this is a good moment, and it doesn't have to lead to like further discussion, but it's a good moment to ask: am I the only one who did not cry or feel any like sort of sadness at that episode of Futurama where the dog is waiting for Fry?
I've not seen it.
Haven't seen it either.
I didn't get emotional about it.
Okay, everybody I know is like, this is the saddest moment ever. The dog's just waiting forever, and then the dog just dies while he's waiting for Fry because Fry doesn't come back. I'm like, okay. So you're telling me the dog like ate pizza every day of his life and then died of old age? That's
Sounds terrible.
Hang on, speaking of crying.
Sounds like Futurama.
Come on.
Yeah, I need to watch Futurama.
Big baby.
Everybody says it's really good, but I just never
Have
got
you never
into
seen
it.
Wait.
To be fair, I've only seen maybe like 2 episodes, and they weren't even back to back. So
It's good. It's
What?
good.
What?
I'm sure it is.
It is, yeah. I like it. And
It's just like
all
at
for
first
the
I
news.
didn't think I was gonna like Disenchantment either, and I ended up liking that once I gave it a
I
chance.
can't believe
Yeah,
Alex
that
didn't
one
like
was
the
a
last
surprise
season.
to me.
I know. I still need to watch the last
It was
season.
the crazy.
Same
I'm like,
here.
it was so unhinged. I loved it.
Disenchantment, like the enjoyment of watching Disenchantment was a surprise to me also.
It was pretty good. I liked it.
Lee.
I liked the show.
Lee
Yeah.
has his finger up.
Yes, thank you for noticing. I just want to say, this is not a gaming moment per se, but Dino Head just told me that he cried about not having a Dino Crisis and a new Dino Crisis ever since after Dino Stalker. He still gets upset about that. He still cries.
I get upset about that as well. I sympathize with Dino Head.
No.
Hashtag bring back Dino Crisis.
For Dino Head.
Oh, I definitely cried at the end of Final Fantasy X.
I
I
laughed.
definitely. What? How dare you?
I feel
Have
like
you
that's what
no
I do too. At
heart?
parts where people cry and stuff, I like laugh like that. You know that
That's
like
very
chill
bad.
laugh that I do, like I do that.
I'm sorry, but I do not like Titus.
Titties.
I didn't
Titties.
like his voice.
Can you go lay down? Stop. That's all
like
for the
his,
news
his
for me.
voice actor was a little grating on the earballs.
I don't remember what he sounds like. I just imagine he sounds like Steve.
Whiny as crap.
I hate everything about him. I hate his design, all of it. All of it.
You don't like whiny ass crap?
No, thank you.
You were in the wrong
I
place.
liked him when I was younger. when I was I have a very badly drawn fan art of Titus
Oh God.
Does
from
anybody
like
else
2001. I know you must have seen it, Sean.
does anybody else have news?
No, you told me not to look, so I know.
No,
look.
I didn't want you to get spoilers on the
Let's
Last of
see.
Us thing.
Oh wait,
And
I
on
feel
the
like there
funeral.
was something. Oh, more of the something about PlayStation taking a poop.
Oh yeah, that's not news.
Yeah.
That's just PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's just called PlayStation Plus.
Plus.
Yeah.
Okay,
Plus.
that's it.
Well, before we go into games, I just want to show you guys a trailer. This is going to be considered kind of like a short. You remember survival horror? You remember how we used to
I've
talk
heard
about
about that.
We used to talk about survival horror and machinima on this podcast. Yeah, I'm bringing it back.
Yeah. Yay.
I came across a trailer for a upcoming survival horror game. I'm gonna kick your ass. No, you're good. You drink water like a normal person.
You sure about that?
It's the other one playing the drums over here that
That was the bottle. That was his bottle collapsing as he was drinking it.
I don't think so, because you were jumping, and then every time I looked at you, you stopped.
No, because I was wondering why you were.
Then okay.
No, it was the. So you just threatened Lee, but look straight.
Oh, I wasn't threatening Lee. I was threatening you because I thought you were doing that on purpose.
I wasn't doing that. That was Lee's bottle. Because if you don't take a breath, and even if you do, because the bottles are thinner now, made of thinner plastic, but like if you don't take a breath, then the bottle collapses and collapses and collapses with the pressure, and it goes crunch, 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 crunch.
So I got a trailer to show you guys on this survival horror game. At first glance, it'll look like a just generic first person, like walking around survival horror game. But I'll give you a little bit of insight on it afterwards, and you'll see why I chose this one. So, Sean's played roll the clip. It's not very long.
Can you see me? Show yourself.
Super short. Super
Steam.
Super
that looks
short.
Awesome. I was sure that was Paranormal Tales at first.
Yeah, it looks like a just generic like paranormal kind of thing. It's called Super Normal. So it's not para. Super Normal, the video game inspired by Allison Road.
Which was inspired by PT.
Yeah. Super Normal is a psychological horror game set in a seemingly ordinary apartment harboring dark secrets. You play as Detective Wyatt, tasked with unraveling the disappearance of Masato Sakamoto's daughter, searching for clues and unravel the sinister truth. Now, again, pretty generic plot. You know, we'll go look in a secret in this creepy old house, look for a missing person. Okay, yeah, we've done this before. So you got to solve the case. Your detective skills shape the story, leading to one of two different endings. It all depends on the number of clues that you discover and how observant you are. That kind of adds fun to it. Yeah, here's something else that adds fun to it. Voice recognition. Communicate with the paranormal entities using your microphone. Will they offer crucial clues or mislead you into dead ends? Now, this is cool because you get to talk to ghosts.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Where are you?
The audio in that was really cool too. Very creepy.
There's another clip on I didn't get that one, but there's another clip on Steam. It's on the Steam page. You can actually go see it, and it shows like gameplay. So I didn't want to show it because it shows the actual gameplay. But like he goes like where are you? And like there's questions that you ask, and like can you give me a clue? Can you help me? And he's like the demon will like talk to you, and like
oh no,
headphones, lights out, let's go. Like this looks really fun. There's photo scanned graphics using Unreal Engine 5. The game is set in a hyper-realistic environment. It also uses photo scanned graphics to enhance every tiny detail, including the horror, and randomized paranormal events. Introduces unpredictable, spine-chilling encounters that are randomly generated throughout the gameplay. No two scares are alike, intensifying the terror and replayability. Super Normal offers about 2 hours of gameplay, which is not that much, but still, like, depending on how much you walk around. For me, I'm gonna last 10 minutes, get scared, die, and then be like, okay, that was the walkthrough. It combines detective work with puzzle solving in a horror setting. Our favorite. Expect to search for clues and solve puzzles to progress through the game. Super Normal releases January 8, 2024 on Steam, where you can currently go to see more gameplay videos, video images, and get more information.
I just want to point out that Super Normal is a horrible name.
I know. but because it's not supernatural, it's super
Yeah.
normal.
Well, even like Paranormal Tales was like super generic, but super normal. That's awful.
Yeah.
Lee.
But hey,
At the risk of setting off Sean's self-destruct sequence,
Oh
my
boy.
first thought upon seeing that was we were exploring Ethan Winter's house after the events of Village.
oh my god, he
I-
didn't even kick you out; he kicked himself out.
How dare you?
Self-destruct sequence has been
Definitely was my first
activated.
response.
I think that would be an awesome like playthrough idea, like a let's play. You're just like, we're looking for Sean after he played Village.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, he killed himself.
Don't
You couldn't take it
unlive.
anymore.
You're supposed to say unalive on the internet now.
Oh yeah. We're gonna
This
get
is
canceled.
sensitive.
We're gonna get canceled.
No, he canceled himself. But yeah,
No.
so super normal, January 8th. That's in a couple of weeks, everybody. So I mean, I probably won't have Steam
Save
anymore at
up
that
to
time.
monies.
But
I have to look into it. Is it
Does it
how much is it?
does it have a
Does it
price
say?
point? Yeah, exactly.
it's not showing up, but it looks I don't know. I don't know.
I just don't like to spend much money on digital garbage.
Yeah, I
So
know.
if it's cheap enough, I would like to try it, but we'll see.
I've spent hundreds of dollars on digital,
Oh, I'm aware.
or at least a couple hundred. I don't know. I usually get it on like super sale.
Super spoil.
Ew.
But yeah, that was today's horror
What? Horror.
segment.
Wow, don't
Segmente.
slut shame.
Horror segmente. Yeah, I believe we have some games.
We do have games.
Gammy
Yams.
gams. I think
Gams.
everybody but myself came prepared with a gam today. So whoever wants to go first, go first. You guys
Rock,
choose
paper,
among-
scissors.
Carmen.
Boulder, parchment, shears.
I
Okay.
can't play rock, paper, scissors.
Move, bud. Go.
Rock,
Oh.
paper, dino.
Okay.
Or
Let me see if I can. So,
Dino always
does
wins.
everybody have a D20?
No.
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 Okay. Because I have my. Let's see. Let me get it all ready to pull up. Because you know how I be with not knowing how to do things. Let's see. The Pictionary returns with the word draws. Word is draw backwards. See, I changed the name so that it's all correct. Word is draw backwards. And this is basically a Pictionary game where I have 20 different ideas of things to draw for you fine folks. And you roll a die or just tell me a number and it'll correspond with my list and that will be the one that I draw. And then you have to figure out what I'm trying to tell you. Now, most of them are characters, but some of them are game titles, and there's a couple of random things in there just to kind of throw you off. So, anybody ready? Because I can't see the screen when I'm doing this. So, who wants to start first?
The dinosaur will.
There you go.
Okay. Dino, what's your number?
2.
2. Okay.
For Dino, presses 2.
Perfect.
All right. Let's see.
I'm glad you didn't
How do
pick 3 because
How do I mark it off? I'm going to put a
Garbage.
bunch of X's. I'm going to put a
Beat
bunch of
dinos.
X's. Okay. Whew, that's one of the tough ones. Let's see. Okay. We don't have a timer because the timer thing didn't work out. But, okay. I'm drawing now. I'm drawing. Okay. So, oh wait, that's too small. Let's start. Start with a brush. A fat brush? No, we're going to start with a thin brush. I'm sorry. Okay. we're gonna start. Okay. So
Pyramid Head.
nope. Oh, hold on.
Camping.
I was thinking that.
Camping
No,
simulator.
Why is it going off to the side? That's supposed
A
to be
dick.
Oh my
it's
god.
not a dick.
How panic.
I don't know. I think my mouse is I think
A
my mouse
dick
needs
with
to
a
be
chainsaw.
calibrated.
A castle?
No. Okay.
Resident Evil 4.
Okay, now.
Princess.
Hold on.
The fuck?
Dungeons and Dragons?
That's so dumb.
Someone with a split wrist.
It's gonna take you forever if you put colors everywhere.
All right, what was the first one? What was the first thing?
There's more?
No, I mean like what's this, right?
A door?
Not a door. What's
It's
it
a
a
door.
door on?
A castle?
It's Castlevania.
Oh my god.
Okay. 1 point for Jazz. All right, Jazz, you get to pick the next
14.
Okay, let's see.
Next to the vein, you should have wrote, yeah.
Oh, that was a
All
vein?
right.
I thought it was just a tree with like a tie.
Castle vein. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's gonna
The
be easy.
background makes it so much harder.
This one's gonna be easy. Let's see.
You're triggering Lee because he hates RE4 Remake.
I don't hate it. I just don't think it's better than the original.
Wait, I hate this brush.
Catwoman.
No, it's not Catwoman.
It's Leon S. Kennedy with some scribbles on his face.
Yep, he's got it.
Ashley.
No.
Octodad.
Yes.
Really? The
Yes.
hell?
What the fuck? Looks like a banana peel.
Banana Man Peel. What?
Okay. All right, Sean.
16.
Roll 16. Okay, let's see. Do. Fun noises as I go and look at these. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can get a better brush because I hate that brush. Let's do a marker brush. Okay. What the fuck?
A nose.
Sorry.
A rubber duck.
Come on.
Duck Simulator.
Come on.
Bath simulator?
Oh, what's that
What?
game? What's that dumb
The
game?
rubber
that
ducky.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it's called.
that one. He's got it.
Okay. Do you got it?
Yeah, he's got
Or
it.
you don't got it unless you know the name.
Well, we don't
Right.
remember the name, so this is gonna take forever.
A duck going off a high hill.
That's a slide. And oh, you got it. You got it.
I'm dying.
Fine. It's Placid Duck.
Simulator.
Placid.
Go to the next one, Carmen.
Okay. So nobody got that. So I'm gonna, without looking, not that you can tell that I'm looking or not, because how would you know? But without looking, I'm gonna say 7. How's that?
7.
Everybody's favorite number. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get a better brush because why am I having trouble with these brushes?
Are you
Right?
precious?
Didn't
Just
you
use
practice this
brush.
beforehand?
Yeah, you said it was
I might
organized.
have. Yeah, it was organized. You know what? It was. Oh, where'd it go? Sorry. Let's try it again.
Citron. A penis.
A chicken nugget.
A dick. Among Us.
It's a lemming.
The Piantas from Super Mario Sunshine.
Angry Birds.
Homer Simpson.
Yes.
What?
What?
the fuck?
Oh boy.
That's
All
the free to
right.
go goal.
Okay. Lee, choose a number.
5.
Okay, let's see.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. Okay.
Ashley.
A hula hoop.
No.
Ashley with a hula hoop.
It's a sombrero. Oh, it's Lady Dimitrescu.
Yes.
I know that hat anywhere.
Oh, I tried to leave, but I'm not on screen to leave.
Hey, I fucked up her name. I always fuck up her name if that makes you feel any better.
Damascus. I don't know.
Dimitrescu.
Dimitrescu.
I
Tunisia.
wrote Lady D. I
Hey,
wrote
no,
Lady
you're gonna
D.
get deported too.
Oh shit.
Don't do it.
Okay. All right, Jez, go ahead. Choose a number.
17.
17.
Okay. Let's see.
How many of these are you doing?
What are we at?
And
4?
I don't know. We've done maybe about 4. I don't know.
6.
She's got them on the side.
Lost.
1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the 5th one. Let's call it after this one.
Okay.
5 seems good.
Okay. Let's see. Ready? Where's the okay.
I mean, host, how many do you think we should do?
No, 5 is good. Save their list for another time too.
List?
Fuck. Or her list. Among Us. Oh. What the fuck?
Power washer simulator? Oh my god.
It's Lopez.
It's Lopez. Is that what it is?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
You predictable fuck.
It's like a hammer.
Fine. I had some non-predictable ones, but nobody chose them. No, they're all predictable.
Wow. Well.
Yay, that was a game, you guys.
Good job. Whoa, why is it so... Oh, because I have you full screen. I was like, why is it so bold? Hey, can I just real quick have a shout out? Have a shout out moment of remembrance for Sniper Wolf. At least we forget.
Never forget.
Never forget Sniper Wolf 2023.
I'm just looking at the boobs. Like, what character?
That's all you look at for Sniper Wolf. And it took them so long to figure it out. Until I drew the wolf. All right, whose game is next?
We do my game. My game is what pun? What weapon is
That's
it?
what I think I find
And
the
what
best
game is
picture
it
of how
from?
you top it.
Oh,
What pun?
What pun?
what pun?
So you tell me what is the weapon, and if you can, what game is it from?
It looked like Lee had his finger like half up.
I was trying to picture who would represent that image. I was thinking Jazz when she had COVID and looking outside in her car getting a ticket.
Yeah.
What pun can I use?
What can I do about it?
Oh, I didn't go outside to find the ticket. My roommate brought it into me because I couldn't leave my room.
How thoughtful. I just thought you deserved to have some bad news.
I was really
Here you
comfy
go.
in my room, and she's like, "Hey, so," I was like, "No." Then I paid it. It's okay. It was just $50.
Okay.
But yeah, that face was, yeah.
Weapon number
What
one.
pun?
What is
I'm
it?
gonna hate
There's
this.
a war.
Is it from a shooter?
Wow.
I feel like it's from Mass Effect because it's got blue lights and a saw.
I don't know what the weapon is called per se, but it is from Gears of War.
That
Oh.
saw is non-functional.
It's called a saw blade, gun blade.
No, it is not a gun blade, and you can tell it's not functional because it's just part of the barrel. It's not even like it's not a independent saw type of runny part.
Well, Lee has the game correct.
Tell you what, Carmen. Why don't you put standing right in front of it, and one of us
No,
activate, then you
no.
see if it's actually real or not.
I'm sure it's
you know what?
functional.
You could kill somebody with a spoon
Mhm.
if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it doesn't do
It
the
might not.
conveyor
It
action.
might not be like a chainsaw, but it's still a
Yeah.
saw.
Okay, granted. I would not want to stand on the business end of that.
It's a knifle.
A knifle?
Yeah, it's a knife.
I
and a
wish it
rifle.
was called that.
It's also a gun.
The
That's what I do to carve turkeys.
Yeah,
Who-
it's a carver.
Who here has even played Gears of War?
No.
Just me and Lee, huh?
Wait, I think I played
the
a
only
little
cool
bit
people
like
here?
3 years ago, and I don't remember any of it because it was a bad time.
I used to be super into Gears of War. Okay. No guesses on the name other than
Yeah, I said it's called
other
a
than
carver.
knifle.
Carver.
Carver?
Yeah. Like the president.
Wow. Wow.
Shrapnel.
That is incorrect. It
Its
is
name is, like,
called
Betty.
a Lancer.
Ah,
Stupid.
It seems
Yeah.
like an incorrect name.
And there you go. Gears of War. At least you got that. You got that right. Good job. All right. Next one.
Oh,
That's a knifle.
that's from Dead
Knifle.
Daylight, Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Or a pickaxe from Fortnite.
Oh my God.
No, it's not.
I would murder.
It is a Reaper, Punisher, Back Scratcher.
I mean, it would be a pretty awesome back scratcher.
Back scratcher.
Back scratcher.
I'm
just getting something over here.
Am I getting close?
Nope.
Am I right about any of it?
I'm
Nope.
gonna wait till they lock in their answers first.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, Jazz has it.
I have a good idea.
my final answer is going to be Lara's ice pick from Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh.
Oh, I made Jazz walk off.
That is correct.
Sorry.
That is correct.
Oh,
Good job.
look!
Nice.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, look at
Oh, little keychain. Yeah, it broke off my keychains, and I was like, "All right, it's going on the shelf."
that. What pun?
And it's actually
Triple barrel
It's a
shotgun.
climbing pickaxe.
It's
Oh, that's a
Helena.
Hydra.
Helena's Hydra from Resident Evil 6.
That's a Hydra. Hail Hydra.
That's our Hydra.
You're
the one that goes-
quick with the...
That is correct.
Helena.
That is correct.
That's a Harper Flipper.
Okay, just one more. We got one more. What pun is that?
Oh, that's a staff from Final Fantasy X. That's one of Yuna's staffs, and it is a, I don't know.
No, that's the stick from Card Captors.
The game called Unlock.
No, because it's missing the bird.
That's the staff of Ra.
No, that is I don't know what we called a staff, a something staff or something
It's a
wand.
summoning staff.
Healing wand, healing.
It is called a
Staff.
summoner staff. That is
What?
Summoner, fuck a
Because she does
And
biscuit.
she does the summoner
So
dance.
collectively, you got the name and the game. Good job. There you go. That is my game.
She did
That
the
is a good
summoner's dance or something like that to do it, and it was like the most boring waste of time cutscene.
Yeah. All
Hey,
right.
I liked it. It was so beautiful.
Lee, do you want to do Ward Mentality?
I can't believe I got the Hydra.
Yeah, I'll give it a
I
go.
can't believe we got the staff.
I can't believe
Okay,
it's not
let's go
better.
to question 1. If everyone's ready.
Yes.
Okay. If there were a Shitty Toilet Award for the worst game of 2023, what 2023 game would that be?
Day
Fortnite.
before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fortnite's not a 2023 game.
It's
Not
an ongoing game.
Fortnite,
It's the
no.
shitty toilet award of the century.
Wouldn't it just be the day before?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
think it has to be at this point because it screwed a lot of people as well as being shitty.
True.
Oh, Lego Fortnite.
Oh, there we
No.
go. We got it. We got it.
Because
no.
because it still exists.
We got it.
I don't understand why there's no actual fighting in
Listen,
Lego Fortnite.
You can listen.
Listen.
You can have 2 turds in one toilet. Just saying.
No.
You
Have
can
you
flush-
ever
you
played
can flush
Lego
the-
Fortnite?
No,
I
because
don't-
it's Lego Fortnite.
Why would you?
Oh, I'll let you know one thing. It's very light on the Fortnite, even though it is Fortnite.
Good.
It's
What about you,
Question.
Lee?
Again, I didn't play many 2023 games, and this feels like a bit of a default, but I would say the 2023 Forza Motorsport.
Oh, wow.
It just bored me to no end, and it limited me as well. So I was thinking, I can't do what I want to do. There's no music playing when I'm racing. I was thinking, sod it. I'll just go back to Forza Horizon.
Damn. That's
That's
sad.
not looking good for the new Fable.
The fuck, Microsoft.
Whoops.
Question
okay.
2.
Who wants to read it?
Sean does.
What game series / franchise would you enjoy playing a Lego adaptation of? Nothing.
Minecraft.
Minecraft. Wait, what?
Lego Fortnite is basically
The
Minecraft.
biggest waste of time.
Lego
It's
Resident Evil.
basically Minecraft.
No.
Oh, that would be fun.
Honestly, nothing.
I would choose Metal Gear Solid.
That could actually be pretty good.
Oh, a little Lego man in a little cardboard box.
It's just like a bigger Lego block.
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed that one night that I spent with my friends staying up all night in a blanket fort. We were in our 20s, I think. No, we were in high school. In our blanket fort, drinking coffee and like playing Lego Star Wars back when it was like one of the first Lego games that came out. And like that was fun, but like I can't think of anything that I would willingly want to play now if it was a Lego version. I'd get frustrated.
Hey,
Yeah,
don't they
I
have
mean-
a Lego Harry Potter?
They have 2 of them.
I don't like Harry Potter. They have all of the Harry Potters in Lego.
Yeah. But there's like 2 that are collections of the movies. 2 separate games.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, like the Lego games were cool, but they've literally done the exact same thing like 20
Yeah.
times.
It's not. It's.
And
I
now
find that it's
they did
overdone.
Rock
And
Band, for fuck's sake. And now they're doing Fortnite. Stop.
they tried to do a little bit different by doing like a Lego thing on its own, and that was kind of cool. But then, like, that was okay. But now they're still going like, "Hey, what other franchise can we have in Lego?" And it's like,
Yeah.
y'all need to stop.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It's a bit much.
Lego PUBG.
Let go of it.
Lego.
I
Carmen,
think I'm gonna have to find Lego Harry Potter.
Q3.
Which Resident Evil character would you have dressed as Santa Claus or Father Christmas and come down your chimney?
Barry.
Obviously, there is no other.
Merry Christmas.
There is Merry Christmas. There is no other.
But
Rebecca, because I think it'd be funny. and cute.
Which one would be the funniest one, though?
Steve.
Just like a dead body.
Lisa.
But like Veronica Steve. God, which one would be the funniest? I don't
Lisa.
know. Mother.
Father.
I still think Barry. It has to be Barry. It's gotta be Barry.
Yeah.
I would opt for Nemesis.
He goes to your tree and he's like, stars.
He busts open your chimney.
Yeah, it's just like a rocket shoots down and freaking blows up your chimney and he just like walks in. He's like, stars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll do question 4
Yep.
if you're ready.
Me? What was the first form of machinima you have ever seen?
Probably Red
Yeah,
versus Blue.
Red
I
versus
think.
Blue.
Or no,
Abridged doesn't count as machinima.
no. I saw there's some shitty Counter Strike stuff.
Oh.
I can't even like. One of them was called like Blue Screen of Death, and I don't remember what the other one was, but yeah, Counter Strike, shit, it's random.
Okay, it wasn't what's the one that I keep watching? Gmod Idiot Box.
No,
Okay.
no, it was super early.
Because that shit's awesome.
The first one I remember. So I know I've seen some that I don't remember, but the first one that sticks in my mind is actually Sean making his Killer 7 thing that I
Oh
helped
God.
with. Mm-hmm. I said like one thing, and that's the
Yeah.
only thing that I remember. That's my earliest memory of machinima.
I think.
But I feel like I saw a few and didn't quite understand the concept like immediately beforehand.
I think I'm trying to figure because I saw Red versus Blue like later. Like I didn't see it right away. I had heard of it, but I hadn't seen it. But I'm trying to think of when I saw it because I saw it like right after high school. But yeah, I think I saw Red versus Blue before I saw Raccoon City Stories. But like not very much before. But I had only seen like clips here and there. Like I hadn't watched it like a whole lot. Like people I knew watched it and they had shown me like little bits and pieces, but I hadn't really watched it. So I would say like watched a whole episode, it had to be RCS.
Nice.
RCS.
I'm not sure if this counts per se because it was more like cutscenes, but I think the first one I saw was the DMC Stupid Files. If that doesn't count, then I would say Capcom Friends.
I've heard of that, but I've never seen it. That's the
Yeah.
one made with The Sims, right?
No, it uses actual clips from the game, but they're like in a multiverse, so they interact with one another.
Interesting.
I don't know if Gmod counts for machinima. I mean, it gets used for machinima, but honestly, I think Half-Life Full Life Consequences might take the cake because it's so
That's
good.
machinima.
And then that would be the one, because I saw that like way before anything else. Half-Life Full Life Consequences. So good. I've been wanting to rewatch that.
Name a console you would keep for personal reasons as a display piece despite it no longer functioning.
ColecoVision.
I mean,
I'm going to. Sorry, you go ahead.
no, I'm thinking. So you go ahead.
All right. I'd say the Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah. I probably have to agree with you because I have a Nintendo GameCube that my friend bought me, but it was secondhand and it didn't really work. It doesn't spin the disc, so it doesn't actually read it. And when I moved here, I got a text distract me. When I moved here, there was a whole bunch of leftover stuff, and one of them was a GameCube, and I was like, "Is this claimed?" And Beth was like, "Nah." I'm like, "Can I have it?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, so I took it home and I tried it and it works. So I got a free GameCube, but I still have my old one, so I would keep it just to have it like display. And like my 5 N64s, unless I can get trade value and get an actual working one, but I only have 2, not 5. Oh, and I have 2 PS1s, so if anybody wants PS1.
Wow. I actually
one of them
bought a
was-
PS1 like not that long ago.
What?
And I overpaid for it too.
You could have paid nothing.
I don't know. I don't think I have a console that has like sentimental attachments.
How many Xboxes do you have?
The original?
Just
Well, actually that's probably one. Like I have
Wow.
Damon's Xbox. I would never sell that. But like normally it'd just be like a collector's edition. If there's a collector's edition, like a Resident Evil version or something. Like I have a Resident Evil PS3. If that stopped working, I don't use it. But if theoretically, if I used it and it stopped working, I would obviously keep that because it being collector's edition for the collection. I guess that's it.
I think even if it stopped working, I'd never get rid of my Super Nintendo because it was our first console. The top and the bottom are like 2 different tones because it's been sitting at the cottage in the sun for such a long time. It has that green spray paint from when my mom spray painted a chair next to it one time. So like, it's just like it's the family Super Nintendo that we've always had, and I'd never get rid of it. Yeah.
Nice.
I both did and didn't want to get rid of my Super Nintendo, which is how it ended up with Sean. Because I couldn't bear to. I'd had it for so many years and never played it and never had any intention of playing it anymore, really. But I couldn't give it away to a stranger, and I couldn't. I don't know.
Stranger.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I won't be selling that either, or the Wii.
Thank you.
All right, I'll do question 6, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, have you played any game that has caused you to fall out with your friends or family?
Mario Party.
Yeah.
Mario Party, Super
The
Smash
go-to.
Brothers.
Almost everybody I've played Mario Party with, like somebody ends up pissed off. Yeah.
See, that's why we should play, because I don't get mad at Mario Party.
Oh, you will.
No, I don't, because like I want to aim to lose.
What?
Because if you aim to win, you lose everything. But if you aim to lose, you have nothing to lose. And everybody
That's
else
not
can lose.
fun.
Yeah, because then
The
everybody else
original-
has shit to lose, and then you just gain everything at the end.
The original Halo, I had secret opinions about, or secret feelings about, because I would always come away.
I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, those were good times. Fucking before the ages of the online gaming space, doing LAN parties with Halo. That was so much fun. It's good times. It's so much different, like when you actually get to be in the room with people, and play the games and see their heartbreak as you destroy them in a game.
My heart broke all the time.
Not you,
and
but no, it's just like
you're just like, yeah,
like fighting games and stuff like that. It's just such a different experience. Like
times.
when you're playing the person that's sitting next to you and you get to see in real time, their reaction to you kicking their ass. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun for you because you were on the ass kicking side. Like it felt like my heart broke every week. No,
I've had,
because I would get like 5 kills to like your 15 or 17 or something.
I've had my moments of getting angry at people on like PUBG. Like, when you're not in one of those days where you want to have people like throwing grenades at you and like fucking with you and shit, and then like and then some people join the game and start doing that, and you're like, why would you do that? And then they're like, I didn't. And you're like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then we have to be like, can this person join? Yeah, but you tell them this is not that kind of day. Sean knows because he's had to warn people. You can join, but you gotta be nice.
Yeah.
And same shit with Minecraft. I'm like, if you fucking touch my stuff, we're gonna have words. Yeah. But like back in the days, I would say like Super Smash Brothers has made me rage quit forever. I refuse to ever play that game again because I don't understand the buttons, and I played with people who know every single combo of every single character and would refuse to like give me the time to try to figure out what I'm doing with the character. And we're like way too aggressive about it. And then I was like, I'm done. And yeah.
Fighting games are hard because like I'm typically pretty good at them, and like no matter what I do, it's like either if I don't like try my hardest, like usually whoever I'm fighting against will get mad because they feel insulted. But if I try my hardest, I like kick their ass, and I'm just like, what do I do? What do you want from me?
I don't understand what we do here. Yeah.
Question 7.
Which one of these upcoming horror games would you buy if you could only choose one? Alone in the Dark 3?
Doc.
Little Nightmares 3? Silent Hill 2 Remake 3? OD
3?
Still Wakes the Deep? Unspecified Resident Evil Remake.
What is Still Wakes the Deep?
Okay, let me iterate on this. For example, that is not Alone in the Dark 3. The second one is just simply called Ill.
Oh, okay.
And there's an asterisk in the question, because at the moment of when I was putting this question together, some of these games are not yet confirmed to be horror games. So it's just assumed they and Still Wakes the Deep. So carry on.
So you mean the unspecified Resident Evil remake is probably not a horror game?
Hey, wow, it's true.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's true.
I mean, if I had to pick one, I'd probably get the Resident Evil remake because it's either going to be Code Veronica or 5, and I'm curious about both.
I've only heard of 3 of these.
If it's 5, I'm leaving this planet.
Well, you better pack your bags because that's probably what it's going to be.
If it's Resident Evil 5 remake, I'm gonna do something crazy on the Wardcast.
Oh no!
Yeah. Like take a shot of mustard or
take
something.
Take a shit.
Like just something.
Shot of mustard ain't bad.
Like, you need to come up with something really dumb that I'm gonna do if it's Resident Evil 5 remake.
A shot of mustard is not bad, though.
I would actually do that. That's why I said that, because it's mild.
You could
I'm gonna
eat cat food
ketchup.
again.
Try a shot of horseradish.
I would. Just
Shot
take a
of
big old
wasabi.
spoon of cat food.
No.
Probably throw it up, but I will do something out of spite. Yeah.
My answer would be Alone in the Dark, mainly because I've already pre-ordered it, and I don't have concerns about it like I do with the Silent Hill 2 remake.
I do. I have concerns. I hope it's good, but it could go either way for sure.
I kind of would be into like a Silent Hill 2 remake. But they never did a Silent Hill 1. Wait, where's Silent Hill 1 remake?
Right?
They want the money. The money's in Silent Hill 2. Chase the money dollars.
It's a great question, Carmen. Where is Silent Hill 1 remake?
Not where the money is.
What's ill?
It's when you're sick.
It's like a first-person shooter zombie game, right? I think I saw a trailer of that.
Okay, what's Still It Wakes the Deep?
So
That I don't
Still
know.
Wakes the Deep, it takes part on a supposedly abandoned oil refinery. Those kind of things you see out in sea where they drill for oil.
Ooh.
It's
a kraken.
And supposedly there's some mysterious thing that's happened and you have to investigate.
Ooh. I want that one.
And supposedly there's some psychological effects going on. So that's why I put it in the list.
I do like the setting. That's pretty cool. It's original.
It's giving me vibes of Cold Fear.
Oh, wow.
Nah.
Your favorite game.
Listen, another one that almost ruined a friendship right there. Sean. Just kidding.
It's a good game.
No, we're
What
still
happened?
friends. We're still friends. You can't see me right now, but I'm doing the ooh woo. Ooh woo. Nothing happened. I really hated the game. Sean made me try it. I really tried it, but then I still hated it.
I mean, you don't like Resident Evil 4, and it's like a Walmart version of that. So
it's like a Walmart version of a Walmart version of that.
Wow.
With shitty angles.
Wow.
And just terrible
harsh.
rain sounds. Ugh. You have an original Xbox, Carmen?
No, it died.
Fuck.
It died before
You're like, I want to get rid of this.
I would just send it to her
Actually,
for her to witness how shitty it is. Can she stop
my
taking
original
my
Xbox
scarves?
died like 4 years ago, I think. So it was before I moved to my last apartment. So.
Well, get an Xbox, original Xbox, and I'll send you Cold Fear.
I do have a physical copy of that.
Do they have it on
My
Steam?
condolences. I don't know.
Wow. How dare you?
It's so bad, John.
It's not.
I'm gonna look it up.
And that was our gams.
That was
That was
the
our
games.
games. Yeah.
And since Alec is currently dying in Tunisia, we don't have any read your comments, I think, for today.
No com-coms.
Which means this has been I just wanted to make sure we didn't have anything else planned. This has been
What's this say? Dino Head Appreciates.
Episode 217. Dino Head appreciates your warm reception
Nice.
and company today. Adios. Yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for your ongoing support, and thanks for supporting Dino Head as well. If you enjoy the podcast or any of the content at The Word, please consider helping us grow by sharing our content, liking the video, and subscribing. You can also help support us by helping me learn how to read.
The Help
or-
Jazz
John
Read
Phonics.
Foundation.
Yeah, help Jazz Read at helpread.com or support us through patreon.com/thewordproduction to get exclusive content. Or if you have any questions, suggestions, or ideas for the future Wardcast games and such, or if you have any ideas for what I could do on the podcast if Resident Evil 5 Remake gets made, you can feel free to comment below or come find us at the Ward Asylum on Discord to join the fun. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you all in the next video. And goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bleh.